A week ago, we're back in the gymnasium, excited about the season. And thanks, Sean, as we watch these two young ladies. These are exhibition matches for junior high. I think we're going to have 4 exhibition matches. Is that correct? Yes, looks like we got 4. Yep. A lot of bombs out there wrestling right now. That's right. Nice double leg. I want to thank, also recognize our referee on the mat tonight, Eddie Pauley. Finds herself in a tough spot here. There she goes. Back to that base. Back to that base. Back to that base. Back to that base. Back to that base.
Looks like we're having a little bit of trouble with the score clock. Still working through some technical difficulties on our end down here. First period concluding. Lonavon goes down on bottom. All right, we should be back now.
My goodness, I'm sorry. I was singing and caused all kinds of problems there. Yeah.
Phil with some vibrato in his voice.
A little bravado.
Really pretty.
Well, it comes out whenever I'm next to you, Sean. I just feel like more of a man when I'm next to Sean Silvas. First exhibition match wraps up there.
No, Lana had a nice double leg out of the go. She's been wrestling about 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So
just learning. Get ready for the next exhibition match. Well, I do want to point out, we'll talk about these great sponsors we have. I'm going to go through our title sponsors. Bank first, Evan Bank, Generations Church, North Church, John Vance Motors. Of course, great sponsors, TIG, Insurance, Aspen Roofing, Strive Wellness, South Point Baptist Church, and A-Team Overhead Doors as well. We appreciate all of them. Second Banana Media as well, sponsor this year. Here we go.
Paulie Self wrestling for the Blue Jays. Paulie has an amazing double leg, if you can't tell.
Yeah.
I've seen her hit that 3 or 4 times this year. She hit it in the duel last week as well.
She's got a strong base, too,
yes,
I tell you.
Yes, very aggressive.
Yeah,
again, green.
There we go.
She's very green, but aggressive.
Nothing yet here.
She's doing a nice job covering those hips and getting that half. Now, if she can stay square, she's got to keep her knees down.
That comes with experience.
Yes.
Right now, this is all athleticism, people, is what we're seeing right here. Athleticism is strength. She got the pin. Good job.
She figured out a way to win right there, Phil.
But that is athleticism,
absolutely.
Aggression. I mean, this young lady gets mat time. She'll be a fun one to watch as she continues to learn. Great job there.
Yeah, I walk into junior high practice. As they're, finishing up, I get to see them kids wrestling live a lot, and she is always in there just grinding.
Yeah, no, you can tell she loves it too.
Yeah.
Mustang Broncos, a very good wrestling tradition.
For sure. They've got a big group of kids.
Yeah.
Several ex-college wrestlers on their staff like ours.
Yeah, very solid.
Well coached. Coach Delk's done a nice job up there. Had a nice career, too.
Oh, very good career.
Isabella Rose wrestling for the Broncos now. That little knee pick is like her go-to.
Yeah.
She doesn't always get it. She always goes for it, and every now and then she'll snake that leg out.
She likes it.
It's her little 5-point treat.
Yeah. I guess Isabella, this is her second year, isn't it?
Yes.
There we go.
Started last year. She wrestled freestyle all summer, too, so it's her 2.5 season, if
Getting
you will.
a lot of mat time.
Yes. Nice double leg there.
Yeah, working that half
that half.
Going to walk that around. There you go. Good job. Sink that a little deeper in there.
She's running it hard. She's got to get that elbow high.
Yeah.
But she's working hard. This Mustang girl's not wanting to go over, but now she's got that elbow up there.
Yeah, there she
she's
goes.
Got that elbow up.
See her. Now she keeps. There you go. Just keep walking it. No back points yet. Good job there.
No, I like to see Isabella hitting that double leg. She wrestled in the duel last weekend against a friend of hers, a girl that's really started when they've been on that mat together the whole time. And she was frustrated. She didn't do a lot. She didn't have a lot of offense.
She was frustrated.
So this week, every day in practice, we were telling her just go, make something happen. And she jumped out there, kept going for that knee pick, and then hit a double. So that was nice to see. Nice whistle move. Isabella's doing a nice job of posturing here. It's something we teach the little kids just to help them come up.
Right.
Just to divert that weight off of them so that they can move those hips out. She had a nice whistle move if she can come up and stay balanced. She's holding position well, but she's going to have to start coming up. There she goes. Yeah. There she goes. Nice.
There you go. Very good.
A little bit of experience there. She felt that girl fall, and she knew to spin.
Right back to that half. When you're seeing kids on bottom, you want to see the head up.
Yeah.
Your body's going to go where your head goes.
Yep, for sure. Well, the hips follow the head.
That's right. Plenty of time here. Going to get some back points here. Got her 3 points already for back.
Yeah, that was, we talk about, I was talking to some of the older kids from the junior high at practice on Tuesday night, and they're younger, so they're frustrated with things, and this, just Isabella here reminded me of this. It's like, we can teach them moves and we can teach them positions,
right?
But everything in the middle they got to figure out on their own.
It out.
And Isabella right there, she's figuring that out. That timing,
that's great.
She feels that lead. That's something that is going to help her out tremendously the more of this she gets.
Yeah.
This girl here.
Getting a little high there, but she's all right. There you go.
She's got plenty of time here. If she can keep her down, she can probably get the fall. Nice.
There you go.
Good job, Isabella.
I like it. Isabella got a little attitude to her, too. I like that.
She got a little.
I love it.
Oh, she's smiling now, Phil. Look at her.
Got a little attitude. That's good stuff. In a good way. Who we got out there?
This is Bailey Harden.
Yeah, Bailey. Little mini me.
Bailey has easily become a crowd favorite.
Oh yeah.
She works hard. She wants to be good. She's brand new and she just wants to be good.
Yep.
Every day she's in there. It's hard not to root for her.
Her brother Aiden, he wrestles as well,
and he's the same way.
He is. Yeah, I love it. Their daddy was a good wrestler.
Yes, they're great kids.
Yeah, great kids. All the Harden kids are good kids.
Yeah. Doing a good job posturing with that half.
There she's up. She's going to get those hands. There you go.
That was textbook bottom. That's what she's learned, and that's what she did.
Well, you can just see. I mean, you can just watch her. I mean, she's going to be a technician.
Yeah. Well, it's sometimes nice. There it is again. She wants that double.
Come on,
there
finish
it is.
There you go, girl. Finish
nice
it.
job.
There you go.
The first time she stopped moving her feet, and that weight came down on her. This time she kept running her feet.
That's big time. Still in 2 right there before the end of the period.
Coach Caleb Gibson over there on the corner. Definitely in her corner.
Oh, yeah. Caleb works hard, passionate about these kids, loves wrestling. Heck of a wrestler himself.
It's nice when the coaches are as big a fan of the kids as the crowd. You know, they want them to win. Nice escape. She's doing a good job on bottom. She really is.
Doing a really good job. And now she's going to look for that double leg again.
Yeah, she is. Oh,
there you go.
There it is.
There it is.
Keep running them feet. Keep running them. There it is.
Great job.
Good job.
Great job there. Working that half now. Walking around. Oh yeah,
she's going to get that.
There it is. That's outstanding.
Coach Caleb Gibson here on the big screen. Still coaching. He's got one on the mat coaching, and now he's talking one up down there. That is what Caleb does.
Look, we got them sunglasses. The future's bright with Guthrie Wrestling. Yeah, Caleb works hard with these kids. One thing we're going to work on as we continue to do this broadcast is to teach everybody that you're doing a broadcast. Everybody needs to come talk to Sean. Everybody's got to come talk to Sean.
My wife and I spend a lot of time helping people.
Yes, you do, brother. Not just in wrestling. Not just in wrestling.
No, we love it. I love it.
Well, of course, I'm just going to say this. You guys obviously run the youth program at South Point Baptist Church, one of our great sponsors, and appreciate the great work you guys do there with the kids as well. And here's a great shot of the Harden family up top there. See Papa Don, Daddy Andrew, there's Mama, Lemoyne.
Coach Stevens is in there.
Coach Stevens in there. Got a good crowd already for these kiddos. Yeah, we're going to get loose here. Get ready. Through our exhibition matches, we'll get ready to go. And, Sean, let's talk a bit more about these great sponsors. Bank First, has been with us through all the sports for years and years and years. And we sure appreciate what they do. And they support everything in the community, much like all the rest of our sponsors. And F&M Bank, same thing. We'll be seeing a lot about F&M coming in and out of timeouts tonight and breaks. And Generations Church, Josh and everybody at Generations Church does a great job as well. You'll see them on instant replay. North Church, at the end of the mat, we'll have a wrestler of the evening.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll
talk to them. The boys are excited about that one.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll also have an opportunity to talk to Coach Davenport after the duel this evening. And, then John Vance Motor Group, what do they not do, right? I mean, they do everything that's asked of them. We appreciate them so very much. And then our other great sponsors, Terra Insurance Group with Seth, Jason, and Dennis. If you need anything in the way of insurance, we encourage you to reach out to TIG.
They're helping us get a new roof.
Yeah. Roofing, by the way, Aspen Roofing.
There you go.
Robbie Hudson and Danny and all of them at Aspen Roofing do a great thing. And then encourage people, these young athletes, it's important you stay healthy throughout the year. And our great friends at Strive Wellness, they do a great job for many athletes, many people in the community. It's great overall. And South Point Baptist Church, support everything. Do great stuff.
They do.
Pastor Robbie and the great staff out there, including you and your bride. An A-team overhead door. Pretty good overhead door company.
They're a very good overhead door. Only guy I let work on my doors, Paul Creed.
Paul works on our doors. He does all of our work as well. And a first-class guy. Real gentleman. and I know one of your dearest friends.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
he's just absolute great man. So.
Every time he comes out, he's always scoping out my door as if I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah, that's right. I'm almost scared to call him out because I feel like I'm being judged a little bit.
Yeah, I'm like,
but
hey, just eat the ribs I made and quit staring at my door.
Quit looking at it.
Yeah.
And his beautiful bride's helping us out
she's
tonight.
helping us tonight.
That's right. Of course, teacher here in Guthrie Public Schools. So we're very blessed to have these sponsors, and you'll be hearing about them throughout the broadcast. We're here we're going to do every duel.
Yep, every home duel.
Every home duel. We're going to do we're going to do the away duels.
Yeah, we'll have away duels too.
I'm going to be your travel buddy on away duels.
Yeah.
Will we get to eat when we travel?
If it's just me and you, we're eating.
Because Chris never let us eat in football. Chris was hard on us in football. We never got food.
No, we
got a budget for food for wrestling.
We will work that in the budget for sure.
Yeah, it's in there. It's in there, Sean.
One good thing about Mama Silvis is she likes to feed her boys, so she ain't gonna let us go hungry.
Yeah,
and
so
I don't think the production will be as high quality, but we will do our best to put a good production together. Chris has been working with me, trying to train me up, so I can.
You do a great job.
He's got a high standard, but I'll do my best.
We have the pros here. We've got on the camera. We've got Lance Evans, of course, does a great job on the football broadcast as well. Michael Pruitt up top came on with us this year, has done a great job. Of course, Chris Evans and Ronnie Phillips, the nucleus.
Yeah, we got
Ronnie
the nucleus.
Brought the nucleus over to wrestling. Couldn't do a broadcast without him, so we appreciate everybody that makes this happen. We're just excited to be broadcasting Guthrie wrestling. It starts with the Little League programs. Of course, obviously you're intimately involved with the Little League program, the whole program, but very much involved with the Little League. And walk us through that a little bit. Little League kids, about 115, 120 kids in there. We've got a lot of needs in wrestling, guys. One of the great things about when you have success, whether it's Little League, junior high, high school, and it all feeds, all a feeder up to that high school and beyond. We hope for many of these kids get opportunities to go on and continue to wrestle after high school if they choose to. But I think that for me, we've got to work as a community to get the things that these kids need. We got a lot of young ladies wrestling, more and more wanting to wrestle. We need more facilities. We need more coaches at the high school level, junior high level. And for people that say, hey, why didn't the school do that? Well, there's a real misconception about the money that goes to athletics through school dollars. Yeah. And it's not just wrestling; it's all sports. But if you have an interest in helping these kids and helping us we got a lot of cool things we're working on some plans to try to build a new facility for wrestling. That if you build a facility, you're going to need more mats, you need more, there's just all this stuff. But it's a good problem to have because every one of these kids that's working out here every day, we're helping them become better citizens. We're helping them, give them something that wrestling will follow you the rest of your life.
Absolutely. Okay.
We're going to, guys, here in a few minutes, we're going to go ahead. We're going to sign off for a few minutes. We're going to reset the broadcast. We'll be coming right back on live, getting ready for the junior high duel between the Mustang Broncos and the Guthrie Bluejays. We'll be right back.
It is 2023, and it is wrestling season. This is Sean Silvis. I'm live here with Phil Nichols and the rest of the crew down here on the mat, just getting a restart here. Junior high is warming up as we speak, and they're fixing to get things kicked off here in a couple of minutes as we start competition for those boys. Interesting fact, we dueled at a duel tournament against Mustang last weekend.
Yep.
The junior high did. So we're going to get a replay of that. I know several of those boys did not get the matchups they wanted, so hopefully we can get a turnaround here.
Yeah, and Sean, I think as we're getting ready, for those people that are maybe joining and aren't as familiar with wrestling, you will walk through how many set weight classes there are, just some of the basics to kind of help people understand the flow of what they're going to see tonight?
Yeah, so, I mean, basically, the weight classes are sort of set by, I don't even by number, but obviously every 5 pounds or so, and as you get, it's a percentage of body weight. So as you get higher up in weight, the percentage of body weight stays the same, but that number gets higher. So they're trying to give kids, a fair shot, same size bodies, that kind of thing. But so normally there's 14 weights. I believe junior high's got a couple extra now. That I'm thinking, I think they've got a couple extra. But basically they'll start at the lightest weight, and they'll wrestle through. If they win, basically the way the individuals will wrestle a match, and based on how the outcome of that match goes, they will contribute points to their team.
Walk through real quick the points. If you get a fall.
Yes, so if you win by pin, you get 6 points for your team.
Right.
If you win by technical fall, that's like a run rule. That's like if you score 15 more points than your opponent, they stop the match. It's kind of like a run rule. Enough's enough. And then you will get 5 points for your team. So a pin, a fall is 6. A tech fall is 5. If you win by 8 or more points, that's called a majority decision, a major decision. You get 4 points for your team for a major decision, and then if you get just a regular win, you get 3 points. So if you win, how you win can help determine those team points. So, let's say you have the first 2 matches go off, and, wrestler 1 and wrestler 2, they win by 2 points. They score 6 points, 3 each, 6 points for the team. The other team comes out, gets a pin. Even though they've only won 1 match, they won by 6. And now they get the fall. So,
and talk through a little bit. There's a lot of strategy as a coach,
for sure.
When you're wrestling a duel, there's a ton of strategy. Walk through kind of some of the nuances of that, and you will see some of that tonight. At the junior level, not really. They're going to line up and go. But when you get into the high school level and you're wrestling those duels, right? The really important duels.
Yes.
There's a lot of strategy that goes into that.
For sure, yeah. And you'll see it especially, at the dual tournaments that they have. But what they're going to do is they're going to look at these matchups and they're going to say, okay, we had a wrestler that was really good, wrestled this kid last year and we lost. Now we've got a new kid. Chances of him getting pinned are pretty high. So what if we bumped him up against a kid that's not as good, and then try to slide someone in that maybe won't give up a fall? So now we know we're going to lose. We'll lose by 3
and not give up the 6.
And then maybe we can lose by 3, the one above, instead of losing 6 and 6. So it could be a 6-point. It could be a 6-point swing. So there's a lot of strategy here. Well, guys, I think it's time to take a break here. We'll take a break here, presented by F&M Bank, and we'll be right back with you.
F&M Bank loves giving back to the communities we live and serve in. Banking with us ensures your money goes back into your community. Our goal is to provide you with reliable banking you can trust, delivered with unique passion for service. F&M Bank has all the modern banking services: mobile banking, lending, reward checking, electronic checking, and more. We invite you to come see us at any of our 8 locations. Come see what relationship banking is all about. F&M Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paperboy, evening TV. You miss your old familiar friends, but waiting just around the bend. You're lost out there and you're all alone. A light is waiting to carry you home. Everywhere you look.
And we are back, guys. Thanks for sticking with us. So going back, Phil, we were talking about, strategies and stuff on team duels and whatnot. But, there is, you try to get these matchups. A lot of times you'll have a freshman that maybe he's been wrestling his whole life.
Right.
But he's going to be up against, a senior state placer.
14-year-old freshman could be a 19-year-old senior.
And that's a matchup you don't like. You got a kid with a beard and tattoos going up against a boy. And so as a coach, you got a good kid, and it's no slight to him. But, man, if it's going to be 6 points either way, because if it's a forfeit, you give up 6. Maybe you can bump that freshman up and get him against a sophomore, and now get him a match that even if he loses by 3. So there will be strategy based on these matchups, and I've seen it work out great, and I've seen it backfire.
There's also strategy in duels where what weight class we're going to start at. Where we're going to start at, and that all goes into everything you've been sharing. Strategically, we know this down here. If we can do this, this, and this, and we come down to these two matches, we can figure out what, so it's a big deal.
Yeah, they'll go out and flip the coin. You know, in football, there's a coin toss, which direction you're going to go, or do you want the ball in the second half, that kind of thing. Wrestling, they'll flip the coin, and that coin toss in a duel determines whose choice it is.
Right.
So if you take odd, that means all the odd matches in the second period, you get your choice.
Right.
Which is a big deal, because if you get the coin toss in the second period, you can decide where you want that match to go, or if you want your choice in the third. And
so if you've got a kid that's great at bottom or great, that's all the strategy we're talking about.
A lot of strategy goes into, if you win that coin toss, if you know what your matchups are going to be, and you got a close match, you might want that odd match, because these three kids, man, if we can be odd, we can really control who scores first, who scores last, that kind of thing. So,
well, Sean, some of these kids tonight, and I know on the junior high, I don't think we have a lot of information on the junior high kids, but you talked about we met these kids, junior high kids from Mustang, in a duel tournament last week.
Yeah, last weekend.
What did you see with the Mustang kids?
Well, I saw experience.
Yeah.
A lot of these Mustang kids are experienced. I remember a lot of their faces from when they were kids, wrestling our younger kids. But they are experienced and we are not. And that's not a slight to our team or our coaches. But, we've got a lot of kids that started this season. They've wrestled 3, maybe 4 weeks. They're working hard. They're doing the right things. I know, Coach Pierce came up to me at that duel, and he wasn't frustrated, but he was disappointed in himself.
Yeah.
And he was saying, Coach, what am I doing wrong? And I said, Coach, you're not doing anything wrong. I said, your kids are young, they're new, and they're wrestling experienced kids. Give them a year, and we'll be there, So
some of these Mustang kids got 6-7 years.
Yeah. Well, I was talking to the high school coach, going down the list of, their high school kids, what they have. They've got 3 or 4 kids that placed at junior high state last year.
Right.
And I guarantee you there's kids on the mat tonight that are going to place at junior high state this year. And we've got kids that have never been to a state tournament.
I was talking to a couple of the young men. They're going to be wrestling this evening, really the first time they've been on a mat at this level.
Yeah.
And you can tell they're nervous. And I said, guys, listen, go out, do what you do, have fun, learn, have no expectation of outcome. And in wrestling, this is one of the many reasons why I think wrestling's the toughest sport out there, is you are putting everything as a young man or a young lady in front of all of your peers, everybody you're displaying it, just you. You can't hide. Nope. It's just you.
Yeah.
There's no back door out of here.
No.
I mean, this is you, and that's a tough thing. So understand that if you've never followed wrestling, if you've never wrestled, you don't have a kiddo that's wrestled, this is a tough ask.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. But the more times you get out there, the better you get, the easier it gets, the more comfortable you get with everything, right? I mean, we were talking about it. Coming down and just putting a singlet on and walking out here. Think about being a 12, 13-year-old young man walking out there with a singlet on. I mean, that's tough.
You're standing in a 40-foot square.
In your underwear.
In your underwear in front of what is becoming a pretty large crowd.
That's right.
Right. They got loudspeakers blaring and, people screaming and they're just used to smelly old wrestling room, with 2 coaches. So
we got our sweats on over there, Coach. What's going on? But there's a lot that goes into it, and I think that's one of the many things because it's going to build confidence.
Yeah.
So
tonight there's going to be a lot of firsts for these guys.
Yeah, there is.
Phil, why don't we take a break here, and break presented by F&M Bank, and then we'll come back here and watch these junior highs get after it.
Sounds good.
Sometimes you need immediate care and can't get in to see your doctor during regular hours. With Mercy Convenient Care in Guthrie, you can walk in without an appointment and get the medical attention you need at a lower cost and with shorter waiting time than your local emergency room. The Mercy Convenient Care is located at 2919 South Division. For any concerns, call 405-282-6301. Services are provided by Mercy Hospital, Logan County. Choose Guthrie. Choose Mercy.
There's one big difference between Vance Auto Group and the other dealers: transparency. We show all the discounts and rebates on our website long before you arrive. See your monthly payment, your current vehicle's value, Carfax, and everything about the vehicle you're interested in buying. You can even buy any vehicle, new or pre-owned, without leaving home, right from our website. Buy with transparency at the John Vance Auto Group.
John Vance Auto Group.
Well, Phil, we are back, and
we're ready to go.
In the break, Still got people trying to talk on the broadcast.
Well, that was Mama.
I know.
That was Mama. Mama gets to talk anytime she wants. Different set of rules.
No, my mom and dad drove all the way up from Kansas to come down here and watch
You got
this
incredible
school,
parents. So. I think I've seen them here. I saw them here at the tournament.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's good. Augusta, Kansas. It's about a 2-hour, 2:10 drive.
When you're north of 60, it's about a 2.
Oh, you're north of 60.
Well, no, when you're north of
age?
60 years old. It takes you a little longer to get here, I think.
Well, I think I'm starting to drive faster because I can't see that speedometer like I used to.
Yeah. Well,
it goes a little quicker.
I know it takes us a couple of hours. Mom and Dad, it takes a little longer.
Yeah. But it's bigger down. That's awesome to come up here to support their grandbabies and their son and daughter-in-law. I think that's wonderful. Chris, just informed we're going to have an exhibition to start tonight before the junior high duel starts. Then we'll have an exhibition after when we complete the junior high duel this evening. Then we'll have a small break, and we'll get ready for high school wrestling after that.
Yep. No, it'll be – I know a lot of these guys, that the junior high kids that wrestled, we didn't have a ton of success as far as wins go.
Yeah.
But I know this whole week they've been working at having small successes against those same opponents, where maybe we got pinned, maybe we'll make the whole match. Maybe, we didn't score any points, we're going to get a takedown this time. I know that's been the focus, for these guys coming into this. And I think that's a realistic focus and a realistic goal, know. And I know – when you look at the score, it's not going to be what we want. Yep. But we're looking for progress out of these boys. And like say, 90% of this team is brand new.
Yeah.
We do have some kids that have wrestled a little, but for the most part, we're just young and we're inexperienced. But it'll be nice if we can see some progress.
Every time they get on the mat, they get better.
Absolutely.
I'm going to keep hammering that home because there's very few sports that you've got to do it a lot. For things to become things you'll see right now. That you can see they're thinking through, trying to put together, those will become second nature.
Yes.
And then they can just let themselves go, be athletic, go wrestle.
Yeah, they'll go to feel it. You saw those girls wrestling earlier. Bella a year ago was thinking through, and boy, she hit a couple of just she felt something and went. That stuff just happens.
Yeah.
It just it starts to happen, and so we're going to get there. Those kids, and they are working hard. They're Coach Pierce. I can't say enough good things about him, but he is a motivator. And he loves those kids hard, and they work hard for him. They do what he says.
Real quick, give us the names. Coach Pierce, of course. Who else helps?
Coach Pierce, Caleb Gibson, and then Alex Fields as well is there. Alex he goes back and forth. I know Coach Davenport, he was a 6-year college wrestler. He had that COVID year.
Yep.
So Alex has a plethora of experience. He's still young enough he can wrestle every day, and he's small enough that he can wrestle with the littler guys at the high school level. Big. Most high schools don't have that, and we do. So Coach tries to utilize that and float him back and forth. So.
All right, here we go. First, it's an exhibition match here.
Yeah, this is Caden Hall here, one of our Team Guthrie kids, 6th grader. He's been practicing with the junior high and with Team Guthrie, kind of back and forth, floating back and forth.
He's in there with a kid that you can tell has a lot of mat experience.
Wrestling a buzzsaw, going for a leg cradle is not something you see often.
Well, you sure don't see it from a kid that hasn't wrestled a lot of matches.
Yeah.
Boy, legs are such a weapon if you can use them, aren't they?
Absolutely. You can tell by the calm in this kid's face that he's got a lot of experience.
Yeah. Putting it together there, good single leg. This is that mat experience we're talking about, just a 6th grader.
And Caden Caden's wrestled a couple of years. He's been novice the last 2 years, so novice divisions, they just wrestle beginners for first and second year kids. And then this year he moved into open, which is, he is just starting where this kid's probably been wrestling for the last 5 years as far as levels go.
Yeah.
So
the kid's going to work some things here.
Hanging in there, though, got through that first period.
Yep.
As you see these levels go up, and you'll see it throughout this duel, the moves are the same, but the speed in which they do them, how quickly they think, how quickly they react, how quickly they attack, that's the difference when you move up in levels. It's a speed thing. It just doesn't take as long to think about what they're doing.
Tell you what I like to see from young Hall here, he's battling.
For sure.
He's competing. That's a big thing, especially when you're really just starting out. If you're a competitor,
he's not short on toughness by any means. He's been, like say, last year he had a very successful year for a beginner kid, he was at the top of the heap, state place or that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Just like say moving up, and then obviously he's wrestling a much older opponent as well.
Yeah.
Bigger, older, but just getting in there to mix it up, hats off to him for sure.
Those matches will pay him dividends as he gets into high school, junior high, high school. Those are the kind of matches that are going to teach you something.
Yeah, and these matches here, and I'll say it, at the high school level, I know all those boys that are wrestling up there, and they've been here, all of them.
Yeah.
And this is really what builds the character is this. Like these matches where you're willing to go out there and, knowing you're up against it, but still being willing to go out there, try to learn something, get better, in your underwear in front of a big crowd, willing to do that. There's not a lot of people willing to do that, and that's what makes this sport so great.
Yeah. Who are our two team captains there? I think you know them.
Yeah, the curly-headed brute there is Wyatt Silvas. He sleeps in the room next to mine. He's starting to look more and more like his brother with that size.
Yeah, he is.
He's a freshman this year, wrestling for the junior high, ninth grade down as junior high, and then Aiden. Yeah. Is the other one. I always call him Andrew Harden. He's my drill partner when I show the kids moves.
That's his daddy.
In the room. I call him Andrew every day, and I told him I'd quit doing it, but here I go referring to him. But Aiden Hall, as good of a kid as you could ever ask for.
Yeah, Aiden's a great kid.
He's one hard worker, wants to learn.
And he's the kid, we were talking about leg wrestling earlier. Yeah. As he continues to develop those skills, he's built for that. I mean, he's so long. I mean, he's going to be a heck of a wrestler before he gets out of Guthrie High School.
Absolutely. Looks like we're at 86 pounds here. I believe this is going to be a forfeit. Okay. We've got two forfeits. We do not have an 80-pounder. We do not have an 86-pounder. So we're automatically giving up 12 points just to start this duel. Yeah. And so that's another big point thing. If you don't
got him, you don't got him.
If you don't got him, you don't got him. Yeah. But the scoreboard's still going to show that you ain't got him. So
which is another thing that makes wrestling unique.
Yes, absolutely. So, and it's another one of those important things. As the sport grows in Guthrie, those smaller guys that aren't competing in wrestling, if we continue to grow as a sport, we can fill those weights. A big 6A school like a Mustang, they're going to have all those weights filled where we don't have our bigger guys, we don't have a lot of them, we don't have a lot of smaller guys. But yeah, starting off a dual 12 in the hole is a lot to come back from. Getting ready for our next matchup here, trying to figure out who Guthrie is going to put out. Like I said, a little bit of a cat and mouse game we were talking about earlier. When you are odd and even, you also have to report to the mat first. Yep. So if a coach is going to bump someone, depending on if they're the odd match or the even match, they have to present themselves first. And once they go on the mat, now the coach can decide, are we going to wrestle him or are we going to bump?
Right.
And so there, again, gamesmanship will happen. I don't think there's going to be much of that in this duel. I think those weights are pretty much set. But I will say, at the high school duel, we've got two weights we've got multiple kids that have weighed in at, and several of those weights on Mustang side are doing the same thing. And neither one of the coaches have said who's going to wrestle.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a little bit of gamesmanship. They're going to see, I think it's going to be a close duel, and they're going to be trying to see how this duel's folding out and how they want those matchups to go.
We'll talk about the high school kids when we get there, but we've got some outstanding wrestlers coming back, and should be a fun year for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, looks like we got Dax London here for Guthrie.
Working through this. Of course, the Mustang kid right now, 2 points takedown. Yeah, he's working that over. Got that cradle in.
Dax London.
Yeah. There you go, Dax. Keep battling. Back to his base here.
Uriah, new kid as well, showed up at the meeting, the one that Caleb dug a bunch out of the halls. I don't know where he found all these kids, but we didn't know if we'd have a junior high team this year, and we had a whole. We do. We got if you could see the the side over there, it's full of wrestlers, so that's a good sign to have. And like I say, even if you start late, it's a good time to start.
Yeah, you bet.
They can fill these gaps pretty quick. If these kids stay out, they'll be competitive against these kids when they get in high school. But very impressed with Mustang's junior high squad. They've got a lot of good wrestlers here. Starting with Dax London. Picking up more near fall. When you turn someone over on their back, obviously you're going for the fall. If you get the pin, you get 6 for the team. But if you hold them there for 2 seconds, 3 seconds, or 4 seconds, you get 2 points in your score. If you hold them there for 5 seconds or more, you get 3 points. So you'll see the referee swinging his arm, and he's going to be counting how many seconds he's there. So like I say, if he gets to 2, automatically you're getting 2 points when the kid gets off his back. If he gets all the way to a 5 count, you'll get 3 points. So you'll see him holding up the points awarded for how long he was on his back.
Yeah, it doesn't happen immediately.
Yeah. The points will not be awarded if a fall occurs, because that's kind of infinity, I guess, is how that works. But if he does get off his back, then points will be awarded accordingly. Uriah's going to go on top here. We'll see what he can do as far as stopping that whistle move with Dax London. Got a feeling Dax is going to come out of there hard. I can tell by his posture, he knows what he's going to do here on the whistle.
Right, so now
there's a nice little double leg there,
And as he gets more practice in, more experience, he'll walk that forward. He'll keep driving.
For sure. Just the fact that he's out there actually attacking, in a match that's, against an experienced guy, he's still out there battling.
Yeah,
it's nice to see that. Yeah.
Now he's going to get this.
Hammerlock and a chicken wing here, trying to decide.
He's going to walk that around, I'm sure.
Yeah. He's kind of got 2 moves that they both work in opposite directions, so he's trying to figure out what he's going to do there. The chicken wing you run the head with, the hammerlock you go the other way, so he decided to go with the chicken wing, it looks like. Uriah's keeping that shoulder high. He's got 45 seconds. It's a lot of time. If he can wiggle that arm out, hopefully he can get back to his base. $12 points. That's going to be 3 near fall. That's going to be a technical fall. The run rule we were talking about. That's going to earn his team 5 more points.
But he didn't give up the fall.
Yeah, nice job by Uriah. I believe he got pinned last time he wrestled. So,
did not give up the fall.
And he went for a double leg.
Yeah.
He got in deep.
There was positives out there.
Yes, progress.
Absolutely.
Like Coach has been saying all week. We just want to see progress.
Yep.
And for Uriah, I think that's what he saw here.
And I think wrestling coaches have a tough job because they got to get these young men and women back up.
Yeah,
when they go out, you get tech fall, it's tough. And you coaches have to work hard to keep the kids' head in the game, keep them right. A lot goes into it.
Yeah, it's a balance, because if they're winning too much, you got to bring them down.
Yeah.
And if they're not winning enough, you got to bring them up. And, you got to know the kid. You got to know how they respond. You got to know where their head's at. So many life skills.
Yeah,
so many life skills.
I mean, life's easy, though, Sean. There's never adversity in life. I mean, everything exists, unicorns and puppies.
Yeah. Well, not if you're on that wrestling.
That's right. That's right.
Ian Bennett started wrestling last year, had a heck of a year. Have really enjoyed having Ian on the mat. Again, was a novice wrestler last year. Obviously wrestling against an open kid, so an experienced versus a beginner. Now, obviously he wrestled last year, so he does know what he's doing. But I'm really excited to see Ian as he matures. His brother is an amazing athlete. Really, anything he touches, he's good at, and I know Ian has that as well. He stays on the mat and gets a few more years of experience. He's going to be a fun one to watch when he gets to high school. Fighting hard off his back here. He's almost got himself out of this. Nicely done. Peyton Morris running a nice half here. He's got the elbow high, doing everything right, to be honest. Ian's trying to posture here. He's doing a good job of fighting this off. But Peyton Morris, if you notice I always say the traits of a well-coached team is when all their wrestlers are doing the same things well.
And they are.
And we're third match in a row, and we're seeing very similar.
Very similar.
It's a hard thing to coach kids and get them to buy in, but you'll see them consistently doing the same things. It means they bought in, you know, and so that's a good tell for Mustang.
That's building a program.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You'll see the same. And you'll see the same. Got a replay here. Replay, of course, brought to you by Generations Church.
Nice job. He walked that arm out, and that's what got that fall. You know, before Ian was able to get that arm through like he should have.
Yeah.
And, you know, the experience this time, he said, I'm going to put you in, I'm going to keep that arm out.
Yeah. And we want to encourage everybody, if you're joining us watching the broadcast, you got comments, questions, just go to the live chat, put those right in there. We'll get to you throughout the broadcast. Here we go, Sean.
Deon Thomas here. I'm not sure which Mustang wrestler he's got. So he's got Owen. Okay, Owen Kraft from Mustang. Owen locked his hands, so what we have here is a less experienced wrestler than we saw the last two. That locked hands. Now, you can lock hands if you're on your feet. You can lock your hands around their waist. But if their knees or their hands touch the mat, so if the bottom wrestlers' knees or hands touch the mat at any point, you can no longer lock your hands. And they do that because it works really, really good, but it makes it really, really hard to get out, and it just kind of kills the action. So they you know, the sport wants action. So, you know, if you watch a UFC fight, they lock their hands because it's effective.
It's effective.
But in wrestling, they want those hands apart from each other. Now, inexperienced wrestlers don't know what to do with their hands. And it's no slight to Owen Kraft. It's just something he's going to have to. He's going to have to work through that. He's done a nice job wrestling. He's aggressive, but you know, learning to put. There's other places you can put your hands that are good anchors. And he'll obviously learn that. Obviously, the room.
Some of them very uncomfortable.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. You wonder if you should do that
been
or
on the
not.
receiving end of that.
Yeah. At some point, you just get comfortable staying on top. So aggressive though. Very aggressive here is Owen Kraft. But Deon Thomas doing a good job staying in there and getting right back away. Definitely giving him all he wants.
Good match here, competitive match.
4-4 match. I like to see this. Two young kids, new kids out here battling it out. These matches where you can get parity, where they can go 3 periods, go back and forth. This is where they will get experience that helps them grow. Things like locking your hands and staying in good positions. When you're outmatched, it's just hard to be in a good position. But you know, when there's parity, you can learn a lot, and it's more fun. It's more fun to watch.
Absolutely.
Doing a nice job on top.
That ankle.
Owen's doing a good job. He's got the ankle and that cross arm, and he's not falling over on his hip. Last week he was laying on his hip. This week he's staying on his knees. Yes.
Good job.
Yeah, last week he was laying on his hips. This week he hasn't laid there yet. Go back to this replay here. Really doing a good job keeping his hips back and pressuring with his legs are back, but he's pushing in with his hips.
Yeah, of course, replay brought to us by Generations Church. That's a great shot right there.
Good whistle move on both these guys. I like that. Whistle moves, sometimes beginners, you know, when you get younger kids, they're just not sure what to do, so they just kind of want to wait and see what the other guy did. Both these guys had a plan before that whistle blew. I'm impressed here with Deon on top. Getting a little bit high now, but, you know, he's really being aggressive here. Really a nice back and forth match.
6-5. Now this is when, you know, you talk about deep water. This is when the kids are getting into deep water right here. Your lungs are burning, your legs are burning, everything's burning.
Yep. And it's, you know, when you wrestle in practice, the pace and the intensity is a little bit different than it is out here in the crowd, the nerves.
Atmosphere,
You know, you look up and you're not seeing a wall full of mats. You're looking up seeing, you know, your mom and your girlfriend. And so, you know, there's a little bit more anxiety, and that wears on you. You know, you get on these shots and you hold your breath. Normally you're breathing. You come out of it and you're exhausted.
He's to finish this right here.
He's got a hold of that singlet.
Yep.
I don't think that referee's going to let that one slide.
Our referee, Eddie Pauley, working the matches this evening.
You know, talking about moving your way up and getting better, I remember Eddie Pauley, his first year reffing with the little bitty kids.
Yeah.
And now he's moving his way up. He's coaching junior high. He'll be coaching the high school duel tonight. He's always done a good job. But
yeah.
It's funny, these you'll see these referees mature as well, like the kids do.
They're getting mat experience too.
It's a real thing.
It is.
There's a lot that goes on that they have to watch, and sometimes it's too much. But I'm watching Eddie back there. He's just relaxed. He's sitting back, letting the action happen. Yeah. Nice takedown. That was a good read by Owen. Locking his hands again.
Locking his hands.
Oh. That was a nice roll under there.
Yeah, it was. Nice roll under. I think
he had that bar arm and that crotch right, and he rolled under for what would have been a tilt. He had it. He just ran out of time. Minute and 30 periods. Doesn't sound like a lot of time, but
feels like a lot of time.
If you've ever watched a YouTube fight, they last about 30 seconds.
That's right.
And then everyone's too tired to go.
That's right. Nobody's mad anymore.
Yeah. So that's basically what we're doing here. A few more rules, but these guys, again.
You know, when you talk about combat sports, and wrestling is a combat sport.
For sure.
It's takes a different mindset. Starting to see a little fatigue set in here.
Yeah, Owen seems to be a little fresher.
Yeah, a little fresher.
Running that half over. You can see how loose his chest is on the half.
Yeah.
So he's not able to secure the arm. And Dion's doing a nice job trying to get his arm back through. Now he's in there deep. Now he's in trouble.
In trouble.
He's still fighting down there, though.
He's still fighting.
He's had every opportunity to lay there, and he's really trying to get up.
Boy, he almost gave him the fall right there.
He picked that arm up, but Owen kept fighting there, you know.
That was good officiating right there.
Sometimes you have to convince the official you still want to be out there.
That's right.
You know, and they'll let it go.
Yep.
They want what's best for these guys too, and you know, sometimes you'll show the official that you're done.
Yep.
And,
no, you can see that.
And he showed that official he still wanted to wrestle some more. I like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great matchup here.
Very good match.
Really a close matchup until the end. He got those, he got those two turns at the end and kind of ran the score up. But, you know, we had a back and forth 1-point match all the way to the end.
Absolutely.
You know, I think that's the best match I've seen Dean wrestle all year.
That's great.
He actually got, a full match wrestled to the end. Getting better. Like I say, staying on his knees, got a nice takedown.
This could be a good one here.
Yeah, Cade Carey's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
He's already a good one.
Yeah.
Experience, aggressive. Real aggressive. He's not afraid to get in, like his brother. His older brother was as tough as he was mean.
You got an older brother that wrestles. You're going to be tough. Now, what is Cade typically like? What's his kind of his go-to, Sean?
He's aggressive for one. He'll put his head down and go for anything.
Yeah.
To be honest, I've seen him have a lot of success kind of coming out of things. So we saw him in the duel throw that big headlock.
Yep.
But this weekend I saw him kind of doing the same thing. When guys kind of let up, he's got like a feeler where he feels that and he'll just send it.
Yeah.
Got himself in a bad spot here against a much older wrestler.
Yeah, much older wrestler, but he did. He put himself in a bad place.
Yeah,
that's part of it.
Absolutely.
Now good Generation Church replay here. You see the fall. Got it in there. Just, that's an experienced wrestler for Mustang, no doubt.
His back right arm had a hold of Cade's hips. He just wasn't going anywhere.
No place to go. Connor Ace
making his debut. Definitely a broadcast booth favorite.
Absolutely.
Connor Ace started wrestling last year for Team Guthrie.
In against a much more experienced wrestler.
Absolutely.
Connor's going to get outside. Nope.
They used to, so several years back, you couldn't get a fall outside of bounds.
Yeah, they changed
and they've changed that
yeah.
rule now. You can get a fall outside of bounds. I know that saved me on more than one occasion.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
Not saying I went to my back often, but when I did, I got out of bounds quick.
Yeah, and I look at Connor here. Of course, we know Connor very well, one of our favorites, but that's a good experience for him.
Absolutely.
Not a lot of years of experience on the mat. And I think that'll help him get better.
Yeah, and imagine walking into the locker room as a 7th grader and getting to wrestle a freshman.
Yeah, that's fun.
And saying, hey, you get to go fight this guy.
Yeah, it's good. It's great.
It takes a lot of courage just to be out there on that mat.
It does.
Now, Colin Walters is a buzz saw.
Yeah, you can see it.
An athlete and a buzz saw.
You can see it.
He wrestled a year Little League when he was a little bitty guy, when his brother wrestled. Brother was on the football team.
Yep.
A key element on that front line.
Yeah.
And little brother here just as aggressive.
Oh, yeah. All those Walters boys are aggressive.
Yeah. But he decided to go out and wrestle this year, and coaches love him. He works his tail off, and he's got all the tools. He just needs a little more experience.
Well, wrestling is one of those weird sports. Raw athleticism will not carry you through in wrestling.
No.
I mean, it takes you got to learn the technical side of the sport. You can be as athletic as you want. It's a different machine.
It's a three piece is what we used to call it. You have to have the physical tools, you have to have the skills, the techniques, and then you also have to have the mentality.
Yeah.
There's three main components, and a lot of good wrestlers have one and can make it far.
Yeah.
But it'll always hold them up if you don't develop the others. Coach disputing a takedown on the edge.
The official Pauly here explaining the call. Okay.
Official saw the knee go down.
Yeah.
So he called him out of bounds.
That was close.
It was close. Not sure they're ruling on junior high.
Yeah.
But I think that ruling is getting difficult to call because they change it every year.
Yeah.
Now I believe the ruling is it's not a supporting point anymore. It used to be a supporting point. So if it's the leg you're standing on, it's got to be in bounds. If your knee goes down, that's the supporting point. But now it's just an object, even if it's suspended in the air. If it's in bounds and it's an object, it's live still. So they're wrestling the edge of the mat a lot more than they used to. It was a college rule they implemented several years back, and now they're doing it for junior high and high school as well.
And what it's done, too, those kids that are really good at mat awareness, knowing where they're at, that's taken some of that away from them.
For sure. Yeah. Well, I mean, the gamemanship, guys get crafty on the edge, and, there's a lot of room on the outside of this mat to still wrestle, so they're kind of allowing it,
Well, you can see Colin he is a buzzsaw. That's the right way to say it.
I don't know what technique got him out, but I know his will put him to his feet and just hossed his way out of there. Fun to watch.
Yeah, he is fun to watch.
Good shot there, Coach Alex Fields. First year back at Guthrie, born and raised.
Yeah, Guthrie Bluejay wrestler himself.
He went to college and chased his dream, and then came right back here to help these youngsters chase their dreams.
Teaching in the classroom and working in the room.
And is in his element. He's really doing a great job.
His mama, a long-time teacher here at Guthrie Public Schools as well.
Long-time wrestling supporter.
Oh, yeah. Daddy's a heck of a rock and roll band member, too. I don't know if you knew that or not.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that. What's he play?
I think it's the bass.
He's a bass player.
I believe.
He's a bass player.
He looks like a bass player, doesn't he?
You can't convince me of anything else now.
Even if I'm wrong, we're going with that.
He's a bass player,
right. But I don't think I am. I think that's right.
Look at nicely. He gets out and he turns right back around and gets back to action.
Yeah, he's aggressive.
Yeah.
Both these kids are getting after it.
Yeah,
Great match.
For sure. I was talking about Cade earlier, how he just capitalizes in those moments, and I think Colin's picking up some of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Good job here. Both kids working hard.
Trying to run that head lever.
Yep.
It's a move that head lever, it's a silly looking move, but if you can get out and put pressure on that arm, you're literally prying their arm over top of your own head. And there's so much leverage, you just can't stay up.
Right.
You just can't stay up. And then once you get them down, they don't have an arm left.
Yes, exactly.
He's pulling that arm back nicely. I'm not sure if we've got Dolan Parnell or Max Lopez wrestling, but had to be told by the producer it's on the screen that I'm not watching. I'm still used to watching.
Yeah.
Watching without all these gizmos.
First class production here.
It's my fault.
Yeah, we're working out. Our second time doing this. We'll get better as the year goes along.
Well, let's hope I get better.
Oh, you're fine.
Really a back and forth match here. You can see, Collins Green just getting in referee's position on top. With our little guys, every day we got to go over this. And even at this level, it's just not comfortable for him yet.
Right.
He doesn't have his spot. The more you wrestle, you kind of find a spot where you want to be every time.
Right.
And he's just not there yet. He's just he's kind of comfortable everywhere and also uncomfortable everywhere.
Yeah.
So Max takes a nice shot there.
Nothing yet.
He's doing, Max Baca's doing a nice job of staying. He's spinning when Colin spins.
Yeah.
He's not just sitting there and letting Colin go behind. Takedown got him up 8-4 now.
Boy, I tell you, he is relentless. Oh, boy.
Good
Look
Lord.
at here. That's just want to right there. That's just want to. Now he's getting high. He needs to get back.
He's got to post that head.
Yeah.
Didn't know where he was at.
Yeah.
If he can come out of that, he's going to tie that match up.
Yeah. Gave him
So two back points went.
Should be.
I'm not sure where those points are going to fall.
12-11.
12-11. So he did get 3 back points there. Nice little change of events.
Yeah.
Not enough for the win, but enough to make it close.
What a match, though. Boy, that's a good match.
He knew he was down by 4, so he said, what the heck, let's go for it, and he about got it.
Yeah, Colin really showed himself well there.
Yeah.
Good job. Generations Church replay right here.
He just threw that
Yeah. You see him getting high right
in
there.
Greco-Roman, that's called a salto. Now, I don't know if Colin knew he had that, but he knew he had something there, and so he just went for it. That's a high-level Olympic move.
That really was.
That he just pulled off out of nowhere.
Yeah, and he's 1 year youth wrestling.
And I'm pretty confident no one showed him that.
Yeah. A lot of natural ability there.
A lot of natural ability.
Yeah.
Like I say, there is a lot of potential and a lot to look forward to coming out of this junior high group.
Absolutely.
Like I say, you look at the score and it's not what we want, but there's a lot of good that's going to come out of this for sure.
Yes.
And Mustang, hats off to them. They got a solid lineup, top to bottom. They're well coached too, very well coached.
Yeah, they are.
He takes a fireman's carry and turns it into a single leg. Just knew where he was at, knew what he didn't have, so he just transitioned to something else.
Appreciate the legend, Curtis Jarena, commenting on a great match. We agree with you, Curtis.
Absolute legend.
Curtis, state champion, Blue Jay wrestler, Hall of Famer, Guthrie High School Hall of Fame. And I would tell him all the time, of course, very humble man, Curtis, you're a Hall of Famer in life.
Absolutely.
There's no doubt.
No doubt about it. As good of a man or better than he was a wrestler.
Oh, yeah. He was a great wrestler.
And most of these high school kids, Curtis
Worked
started.
with. That's right.
These are his boys.
That's right.
A lot of their success came from his room.
No doubt.
Really up against it here.
Yeah, he's got that locked in pretty tight there.
Yeah.
A lot of time left. We're battling on bottom, though.
Yeah.
There he goes.
Dolan, he fought that single leg off hard. He's up against a stud.
Yeah.
He really is
Yeah.
up against a kid that just knows how to wrestle. You saw him throw that leg in.
Yeah.
Legs aren't something that you show at that age.
No.
And so the fact that he knew to put it in, he put it in at the right time. That kid's advanced. He's a good kid,
Yep.
high level. And Dolan really fought off a hard single leg, fought off his back hard. I mean, he's doing the right things. Just, when you're up against a wall, you're up against a wall.
That's it. Here we go. Aiden Harden.
Now, Aiden wrestled him, same kid last week. Didn't get the result he wanted, come off the mat mad, asked me about 1,000 questions.
Yeah.
And I said, Aiden, just keep working.
Yeah,
just keep working. Just keep. Look at this. Look at this.
Come on, baby. There you go.
He just did that because he felt it.
Yep. Aiden's going to be a good one.
Absolutely. Like I say, every day after practice, he's asking questions, Yeah. Coach, I was here. How come I didn't score? Coach, how do I do this better? Just wants to be better.
Yep.
He's gonna come home after this match and pick it apart and ask 1,000 more questions. And really, that's just how you get better. You got to want to. And he's got all the want to in the world. And Davis Harden, really, just the way he fought off that headlock shows you his experience.
Yeah,
because
no doubt.
Aiden had that. Aiden back to his feet here. When he comes up, he's got to lean forward more. Aiden's so tall, he stands up and it makes him easy to take back. It's a little bit uncomfortable to come up, to stand up and then get in a wrestling stance when the guy's behind you.
Right.
Your body's telling you to stand straight up because you finally got up. Why would you bend back over?
Exactly. Generation Church replay here. Take that.
I mean, he stepped
about,
over through.
Did a great job.
It was there, and he just took it. He just
Great
took it.
job.
Saw it, took it, felt it. But the way he switched his hips and put his arm under, is
that's big time.
It's a sign of a guy that knows how to wrestle.
Yeah, I get the question on the score here.
Coach Fields
should have had a takedown there. Is what Coach Fields is saying.
Yeah.
So we are 2-2.
Look, Aiden done a nice job of getting his hips out and coming to his feet. He's doing what he's supposed to. See, now he's coming up and he's staying in his stance. If he reaches back and stands up, when you stand up, it makes your feet easy to come off the ground.
Yeah.
He'll come right back. If he stays forward, like say, your body's telling you to do one thing, and you have to tell your body not to do that.
Exactly.
And there's a lot of positions in wrestling that are you have to work against what your instincts tell you.
Yes. Aiden going to take bottom here.
As good as he's doing down there, he probably should be on bottom.
Yeah.
He's probably got a chance of coming up. I know this kid's crafty on top. He scored some tilts last week, but Aiden's doing a great job of getting to his feet, not giving him. As long as he's coming up and as long as he's threatening, he's not getting turned.
Right.
Because you can either ride or he'll get away.
That's right.
If you lay, if you're sitting on bottom not doing anything, well, now that they can start hooking things up. But if he keeps threatening on bottom, this guy's got to just ride. He can't go for any pinning holds or anything like that because he's just trying to hang on. It's like riding a bull as opposed to riding a pony.
Exactly. Well, I said exactly like I've ridden a bull. let me correct myself. Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah. No, you're a bull rider, Phil.
My daddy told me when I was young I had a 17 neck when I was about 16. He said any boy that wears a 17 shirt when he's 16 ain't riding a bull.
Ain't a bull rider. Might be a bull.
That's right. Let me introduce you to steer wrestling. Yeah.
Still, Aiden's transitioning, but I'm very impressed with this. He really is doing textbook. I'd like to see him be in a stance here.
There you go.
But he's getting to his feet. When he goes back to his hips, he's transitioning well. He's got a heavy hip now. He may cut this corner.
Yeah.
He's got the ankle. This is what he's supposed to be doing.
He's got time.
This is what he's been taught to do, and he's doing a great job.
He really is going to get that,
Look at this. Yeah.
See that
he's got to step over that leg.
There
he steps over, we'll get the two. There it is. And he's got the arm caught.
Boy, that was outstanding.
He fought on bottom for the last half of the first period, and then it took him 40.
Got blood. Yeah, got blood.
Takes him 45 seconds of just coming up.
Yeah.
But, if you're a young wrestler, this is how you get off bottom.
Yep.
Sometimes it doesn't happen quickly. Sometimes it doesn't happen the way you want.
Yep.
But if you just keep doing the right things, eventually you can just get yourself out. You can wear the guy down. You can get you're just an inch away every time.
Right.
And you finally get that inch and you can get away.
Yeah. So explain to the folks that don't know what's going on right now.
We got a boo-boo.
Got a boo-boo.
Blood time.
Blood time's a fun time.
Yeah, blood time. So, everything from fingernail scratches to eyelids to nose getting bumped, obviously the ears get swollen up as they get older.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. It's a physical sport.
Part of it.
99% of the time, there's nothing bad going on here.
No.
You'll even get cuts from elbows, things like that. They're all superficial.
It's a combat sport.
Absolutely, absolutely. But, it does happen. It happens often.
Yeah.
Every mat you go to, they're going to have they're going to have supplies to clean up blood. That's just what happens. But they get 5 minutes of blood time.
Yeah.
And so if they continue to bleed, while they're bleeding, they get 5 minutes.
Correct.
However, once the blood stops, they will stop the timer, and the cleanup is infinite.
That's right.
So as a coach, you're
really
looking
for spots.
You got to get over there and convince that referee that we're not bleeding anymore. We're just cleaning it up.
Yeah, that's
Meanwhile,
right.
you're trying to get that blood to stop.
Right.
So you can milk that clock a little bit. Now, it's also helpful when you're tired to start bleeding a little bit. Guys will get fingernail scratches.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah, exactly. So, again, gamesmanship
It
applies
happens.
in a lot of ways. Obviously, his nose was bleeding.
Yes, that wasn't the case here.
Davis had a legitimate nosebleed, and really from hard wrestling, I'm not sure where he got hit, but, they're both battling it out here. Great match, 4-2 matchup.
Talking about not locking hands there. You saw a good job
Aiden
of that.
staying in the saddle. So we call this saddle position. We started running. Aiden came to the leg riding clinic. He wants to ride legs bad.
Yeah.
And so he's really getting effective in that saddle ride position. And you saw him fly over for that cradle. He wants the cradles.
Yes.
He wants cradles. And he'll get himself in trouble throwing them. But one day he's going to be really good at cradles.
Because he's so long.
Absolutely. They're just there.
His body's just built for it.
They're just there,
Yeah.
So he sees him. There he is again going for it. He's too high now. We got to get him behind that arm. And Davis is doing a nice job on bottom, continuing just to build.
Yeah. Yeah, Aiden's got himself in a position here.
He's got to give 2, not 5.
Yeah.
So. And again, these experiences are good because they're, when he comes off the mat, say, Aiden, give him 1, not 2.
Yeah.
You got too high. That's what caused it. All learning opportunities. But we got to be in matches in order to
do those things.
Yeah, you got to get in situations in order to understand situations.
You got to get that angle.
So, yep.
Okay.
Last time Aiden was able to score here, Davis is doing a better job fighting here.
He is.
I think last time he got that leg and he kind of thought he was going to get it. This time he got that leg and he's more urgent.
Aiden needs to watch his position right here.
Yeah, he's trying to come across and get that far leg.
Yeah.
Now he's coming up to the head. Yeah. Hats off to Davis Howard here. Aiden did a great job with the hips. He stayed hard. He fought that off like he should have. But Davis, that time going into that finish, really, he was going after that finish a lot harder.
20 seconds left. Aiden's got to get up, get out.
Standing up again. He's going to run, though. A flea the mat call will come if he pushes him out, but he was able to get him back down.
He's got to get back up, just 10 seconds. Boy, this has been a good match.
They're back and forth. If Aiden can get out in 5, then he can tie this match.
He's got time.
5 seconds is enough.
It is.
But it takes something explosive and fast and angry.
He's got to explode here.
Yeah. Really, it comes down to the whistle move.
Oh.
Not going to get it with a big move.
No.
And that's a great learning opportunity.
Yeah,
he didn't need 5 there. He needed 1.
A lot of people said here, of course, Aiden's very disappointed. I like seeing that.
Yeah,
he's
great
controlling
matchup.
His emotions, but he's not happy.
No.
And I like that.
And he's going to have a list of questions.
Yep.
What happened here? Why did I not get out here? What should I have done there?
It's a great match.
And I saw a lot of good things out of Aiden Orton.
Absolutely.
Wrestled
He's going to be a
tough
good
on
one.
bottom, wrestled tough on top.
Yeah. Look at those shoulders. Look how broad his shoulders are.
This is
he's
a
going to be a cat before he gets done.
Look at the
Oh my
legs on this
goodness,
kid.
What is this? Holy smokes. Yeah, I don't know if
Trevor Graves here. So Trevor's first experience with wrestling was the leg riding clinic. Never been on the mat before. and he just showed up to learn how to ride legs. Had no idea what he was doing wrestling, but enjoyed every minute of it, showed up to every practice, and hasn't missed one since.
Wow.
He learned advanced wrestling 2 weeks before he ever learned a stance. Big, strong kid. Just, like I say, experience is something he's going to get a lot more of.
Yeah.
He works hard. He wants to be good.
Three there.
Back on these bar arms, the junior high has been running these bar arms and these chicken wings and these hammer locks. Going for that bar arm tilt. So this tilt, I have not seen this since back in the heyday of college, Phil.
Yeah.
So somebody that knows a lot about tilts has taught young James Anderson.
Yeah. He's man,
clever little. So what'll happen is when he puts his left knee on that elbow, he's actually going to work that shoulder against the joint, which is technically not legal, but it's a little slight in the rules.
Yeah.
So, but when he pushes that down, it's going to force him to put his hip up. Now he's going the other way.
Boy, he's a strong kid.
Yeah,
too.
Big strong kid. He's obviously a wrestler. He's been doing this a long time.
Yeah, long time.
That's like I say, doing skills that aren't taught to the first-year kids.
Correct.
But Trevor's going to be a good one. Like I say, he's in the room every day. He likes doing it.
He's working at it.
Loves his coaches.
Yep.
He's a good kid. Up next, fan favorite Wyatt Silvas. Now, there may be a little bit of gamesmanship here. Wyatt pinned their wrestler last weekend. So now it looks like they are going to choose to give him the forfeit.
Okay. Well, that won't make him happy.
And move some kids around. So, yeah, they're going to bring out Bryce Dennis now. So we were hoping to possibly get a bump, but it looks like Bryce might be taking a forfeit here as well.
Yep. Here we go, the big boys.
Bryce Dennis supporting a nice mustache.
Yeah.
You see
he's
that?
got a better mustache than I could ever grow.
Especially as a freshman.
Well, I'm almost 60, and he's got a better mustache than I do. Got the big boys out there.
Sir William Morgan started wrestling last year at the junior high with Coach Pierce and Coach Howard. Got him a couple wins last weekend, and I believe he got his first W last weekend.
We're going to have to figure out the headgear here. Lots changed in wrestling. One of the big things that's changed is hair.
Yep. Folks, if you'll stay tuned in at the conclusion of this match, they're going to take a little time out, and the high school kids are going to come out and get all warmed up. We'll get some big intros, and we will get the big duel started. Get these fans fired up.
Yeah. Great crowd here tonight.
We got a lot of people showing up to support the Blue Jays. That's nice.
Great to see.
It's great to see. It's a growing sport here, Phil.
It is.
Growing sport in
Big time
Guthrie.
growing sport. Eddie Pauly just informed me. I think this might be our officials, maybe a father, maybe? So the ref is also a two-time state qualifier out of Bridge Creek.
Well, he must know a thing or two about wrestling then.
Yeah. If you notice Curtis's comment, he's humble. He doesn't let anybody say anything nice about him.
Too bad, Kurt.
Too bad, Kurt.
I got nothing but nice things to say. Curtis is even a good cook.
Oh, yeah. I don't think he's a Renaissance guy. I don't think there's a whole lot he can't do. I'm lucky enough to be on the Guthrie High School Hall of Fame committee. We get the privilege of evaluating and making selections. People go in the hall, and out of all the selections I've made over the year, I don't think anybody was more appreciative than Curtis Jarena.
And that's an easy pick.
Yeah, it's an easy pick.
In my book.
No, yeah, it's an easy pick. Well, one thing people don't know, you have to be a unanimous pick to get into our Hall of Fame.
Well,
and that was a short conversation. So
wrote his name down on a piece of paper, slid it across the table.
Yeah.
Thumbs up.
Yeah.
An outstanding human for sure. You know, Curtis was obviously a great wrestler,
Yeah.
but what he's done for wrestling post his own career has been
giving back.
Yeah.
You know, and I appreciate, you give back in spades. Curtis gives back. Asa Nelson's given back over the years.
For sure.
We've had a lot of great folks, and I'm leaving many out, but a lot of great folks over the years have worked hard with these kids in the youth program, getting them ready for the big boy wrestling.
For the big boy wrestling, and we're fixing to see some of that.
Yeah.
There's going to be some good matchups tonight.
Yeah, there will be.
We've got, we've got a young team of freshmen, but we've got good freshmen.
Yes.
And they've got a younger team in spots as well. So I think we're going to match up good with them. It's going to be a close duel.
Okay. I appreciate Mr. Pauly. I really do. Give us the information. Our ref tonight, Eddie Pauly, is Eddie Pauly the third.
The third.
The third.
Well, I'll make sure I go out there and embarrass him and call him the third.
I'm going to call him Trey.
Trey, okay.
I'll say, Trey,
okay.
come over here. I just had a talk with your dad. You need to call home more.
Yeah. He's disappointed in the call you made.
Yeah, I tell you, we appreciate it. You talk about the officials in all sports. You've got to have a love for what you're doing. These people are away from their families, don't make much money, and boy, they're committed. And, they're the third person on the mat.
Absolutely. Well, and the coaches get all the credit for giving back to the sport and doing all the things, but if these officials don't show up, we don't get to have matches.
That's right.
And they've got their own path. They they start down at the little league level, and they work themselves all the way up to, I'm sure someday he's going to be coaching college matches and maybe beyond that. And it's a career path, or it's a path that you just don't get to walk into.
No,
you have to build into that and get better.
You got to pay your dues.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, he's done a good job tonight.
Yeah,
he's
for
done
sure.
a very good job.
For sure. Big boys here. Not a lot of action yet. But with these big boys, it always comes down to one big thing.
Yeah, it does.
It can determine a lot. Really evenly matched, evenly sized.
Yeah.
Two good-looking heavyweights.
Yeah, very good. Big boys.
So you talk about fresh.
Oh, wait. Just in. Everyone calls him EP30.
EP30.
We're going to hit him with it afterwards. EP30. I love it.
We got us a 1-to-1 match, Phil.
Well, I'm going to tell you, you get into the big boys, you see a lot of 1-0, 2-1, 3-2. You don't see a lot of tech falls and when the big boys are out there. You see a lot of falls.
And when you do, you got a ringer.
That's right.
No, both of these kids are good-looking heavyweights.
Yeah, they are.
They're big boys, but they're athletes. They're strong. They look good in them singlets, to be honest.
Good feet.
Yeah. I think they get some experience, and really, when you get a match like this that's close, somebody's going to have to take a risk.
Yeah.
And when they do, they're going to be a hero, or they're going to make them. It's going to be a big mistake.
That's right.
And so it's kind of one of those things that, especially for these big guys, little guys can shoot, get underneath, scramble out, do those things. When you got 285 pounds coming down on top of you,
right?
It doesn't work that way.
Doesn't work that way.
So it's not that they're afraid to make mistakes, but they're more aware of what those mistakes cause.
Well, that's why when you see the high level heavyweights, you see a heavyweight do an ankle pick, you go, oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Different animal.
Yeah. But there's movements these guys will learn. There's some outside singles and some snatch singles, some things, underhooks things that they do like that right there. That underhook right there. Those are moves that you'll see them have success with.
Yeah.
And, hats off to Sir William, wrestled well.
He did.
Stone Perkins had a nice underhook there, and he just grabbed it, used it real hard, and got it out of there. So
Generations Church replay here. See right here, he's going to set it up.
Got his elbow too high,
right
trying to
there
grab the head.
Yeah.
And again, Sir William just felt comfortable there because he didn't know it was a bad position.
Right.
And he sat there and, Stone just recognized that position and just kind of hustled to it.
How good of a name is that? Stone. That works.
He was built like a stone.
Yep. Got an exhibition match here to finish up our junior high duel.
We saw this young man wrestle earlier.
Yep.
Going against another one of our younger sixth graders that started last year.
I'm going to tell you, if they make a point to get you 2 exhibition matches, they've circled your name. They know that you're an up-and-comer.
Yeah, they definitely are trying to get him some mat time. And
no doubt.
Again, Ryan Gerard, just like Kate Hall, last year had a great season wrestling with Team Guthrie and fifth graders, But, again, at the novice level, they're as good as anyone in the state as a first or second year wrestler. They honestly are, and they prove that. They're as good as anyone that's wrestled 1 or 2 years. But 5 years as opposed to 2 years is a big difference. So hats off to those boys going out there and wrestling. Final score of this duel, 62-12. That's 6 more points for the Blue Jays than we scored last week against this team. A lot of improvement in the individual matches, though. I thought we wrestled them a lot better.
Yes.
A lot better in the individual matches, so happy to see that. I'm sure Coach Pierce is going to be pleased with that as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about improvement, right?
For sure. Looks like we've got a few minutes.
About 20 minutes. Yep.
Yeah, why don't we, Phil, take a break here before this duel starts, and we'll come back and do a little pregame to get us ready for the big high school duel. We'll take a quick timeout. Thank you to F&M Bank. We'll take an F&M Bank timeout, and we'll see you guys back here in a few.
For centuries, it was a windswept prairie until the run of '89 saw settlers scramble for land and life in a newborn town. As Oklahoma's territorial capital, Guthrie, Bank First is loyal to the preservation movement that reclaimed Oklahoma's first state capital. And we're loyal to the banking legacy born at the corner of First and Oklahoma streets. Bank First, loyal to Oklahoma, loyal to you.
At Generations Church, we exist to love God, love people, and serve both well. We're a multi-generational, multicultural church that believes in being a light to our city and our region. At Generations, we don't believe that church can be put in a box. We're a church that accepts all people from all walks of life, young, old, rich, and poor, and you will feel welcome at Generations. Join us at 10 a.m. every Sunday at 2524 West Noble in Guthrie, America. You can also join us at generationsguthrie.online.church.
plays up here.
Good evening and welcome to Guthrie High School Gymnasium. I want to welcome you to tonight's duel between the Mustang Broncos and your Guthrie Bluejays. We'll bring in Sean Silva. Sean, just got in and watch a great junior high matches.
Yes.
Had some great exhibition matches.
Yep. They, looking at the score, it wasn't obviously, it looked like a pretty good blowout, and it was. Mustang's got a very solid junior high team for sure, well coached, but compared to the duel we saw last week, there was a lot of improvement in a short amount of time.
Yes.
So I was happy to see that. They did a great job.
Great improvement, and we're going to be getting started here shortly. Sean's pulling double duty tonight, so he'll be doing some introductions here in the gymnasium, and you're going to be stuck with me while Sean's doing those great things. And a lot of good things going on in Guthrie wrestling right now. I tell you, it starts with the young kids. Have over about 115, 120 kids involved with the youth wrestling program. Have great numbers at the junior high level, great numbers at the high school level. Of course, Coach Davenport and his staff doing a fabulous job here with the high school team. We appreciate you joining us again. I want to thank everybody. These great sponsors. You'll be seeing them throughout the night. Of course, wouldn't be able to do this broadcast without those great sponsors. Bank First does the pre-duel, provides the pre-duel sponsorship. We really appreciate Bank First. Do a fabulous job. So Sean's bringing out the Guthrie wrestlers here. See our kids coming out. Of course, it's a Guthrie team last year, 4 state champions, did a great team showing as well. Head coach Jaden Davenport. Mustang Broncos, perennial power, largest school on the west side, 3rd largest school in the entire state of Oklahoma. They're led by Coach Will Delk. Good shot there of Wesley Silvas, Coach Davenport. Eli Maroney, another senior. Dan Smith for the Mustang. And we got Caden Harradine, returning state champion for the Blue Jays. 120 for the Mustang will be Hank Bullard. For the Blue Jays be Aiden Smith. Javon Douglas for the Broncos. Colton Stevenson be wrestling for the Blue Jays at 126 tonight. Caleb Moats. We got Dax Lopez for the Blue Jays. Luke Lyons be wrestling for the Blue Jays tonight at 138. Could be Colby Wilder. That would be one of those strategic decisions. Clayton Carey will be wrestling for the Blue Jays at 144 tonight. Matt Hiller for the Broncos. Roland McCone for the Blue Jays at 150. Boston Yoselton for the Blue Jays. Jesse Rios for the Broncos. 165 penalty Bryson Hall, state qualifier. Nate Pritz at 175. Of course, Tyler Gettings will be at 175 for the Jays. Max Baca at 190. Wesley Silvas will be wrestling for the Jays, senior, state qualifier. Sam Pritz at 215. Eli Maroney for the Jays. Tyler Howard for the Blue Jays at heavyweight. Get ready, we'll have the playing of the national anthem. have our national anthem be played now. Love that song. Love this evening. I want to welcome everybody again to the duel between the Mustang Broncos and your Guthrie Bluejays. Captain's out this evening for choice here. We'll be starting at 106 pounds this evening. It looks like 106. We will be opening that for the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
My friend, Sean Silva's back.
Back, breathing hard. I was screaming
Double
into that
duties,
mic too much.
double duties.
Double duties. We got a bunch of pre-made commercials and intros done, so hopefully that'll be my only in-house responsibility tonight, Phil.
Well, I'm looking forward to this duel. We were talking, Sean, on there. I was talking about Mustang, the largest school on the west side of the state, third largest in the state of Oklahoma. Had a lot of success over the years, doing great things. There's Coach Davenport right there. Jaden Davenport, of course, done great things with the Guthrie program so far. Dual state runners up last year, the Blue Jays were. Really working hard, putting this wrestling program on the map. You know, it's been years. Got the 106-pound match here. This will be a forfeit. Getting ready for action. Here we go. Sean, welcome back, Sean.
All right.
We will be given a forfeit at 106, correct, Sean?
Yep. Forfeit at 106. Looks like Vance Smith is already on the mat waiting on Caden Herendeen, who will be coming in here with a little intro music.
Of course, here comes Caden. What a year Caden had last year.
Yes. You know, took middle school off, really.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't wrestle in junior high, had a lot of things going on at home. And then came back out as a freshman kind of late in the season, came back out. And it took him a while to get his bearings. High school wrestling was a different thing. He didn't lack talent. Kid's got talent for days. Yeah. Timing was off. He's in bad shape. I remember watching him run around. He was running in the blocks down there at the flats, just trying to get. He would run sprints and then jog the rest of the block, and then run one, and then he got to where he could go two, and got his shape back. And you know, last year finally had his bearings right, and we really got to see. We got to see the Caden Herendeen that is
the real deal.
Yeah, the real deal for sure.
He is powerful. He is explosive. Don't blink your eyes.
For sure. Speed is his friend for sure, but he's got. You know, this Vance Smith is a freshman this year, but took first at junior high state last year. Yeah. So he's a solid kid. First place. He took third at a tournament last weekend. They were in Gardner Edgington.
Yeah.
So this kid can wrestle.
Good match.
This kid can wrestle.
Yeah. Circling here.
Really a nice little scramble at the end. You know, that at this level you see, you know, Caden was on a nice shot, used the speed to get in, but finishing takedowns against better guys is just harder.
It is.
You know, knowing where he's at, he was on the edge of the mat, played that real good, stayed in good position, and Van Smith did a nice job there.
Well, and I'm going to tell you something. Wrestling's one of those sports. When you get a kid that's got a lot of mat time, a lot of experience, being a freshman doesn't matter.
No.
I mean, there's some outstanding young wrestlers all across the state of Oklahoma and the country, but you can see right here, Van Smith, he's not intimidated one bit.
Well, I could tell by the way Van Smith was out here waiting on Caden Herendeen that he's been waiting on this match all year.
And that's a great takedown right there. And
yes.
Tell you what, right now he's in control.
Now Herendeen would be wise to get one here.
Yeah.
Now, on the edge of the mat, this is tricky. If he gets a stalemate, he doesn't get out.
Yeah,
if they go out of bounds, he doesn't get out. And he was out, but he got back in there when really 1 point would have been huge.
Yeah, Generation Church replay here. You'll see this takedown.
Nice little just block,
a great
sprawl,
job.
go behind.
Yeah.
It's
great job.
Blocked with his head, blocked with his arm. I mean, textbook. Caden shot out of that tie. Van felt that coming.
Yeah,
blocked it, sprawled, went behind, attacked defensively.
The Smith kid, he came to wrestle tonight.
For sure. Like I say, it's you get that target on your back. Caden probably didn't know who Van Smith was before tonight.
He does
but I guarantee you Van knew Caden.
Yeah,
but, now.
Caden knows Van now.
Yeah, Caden knows Van, and there's probably plenty more to come.
Yeah, let's get to wrestling now, right?
Yeah, for sure. Van's not going to let him get out.
I'll tell you, this kid can wrestle.
Yeah. Now he's going to have to work up here. Yeah, Caden keeps turning around and going back, and he's allowing Van an opportunity to burn the clock.
Yeah.
Where if Caden would just get your one, get away, coming back into him there doesn't do you a whole lot of good.
Well, in a match like this, when you got two outstanding wrestlers, I mean, that 2-point takedown, that's a big. That's
huge.
Big. That's big.
And then not getting out on the edge over here, didn't get out again. It's things like that Caden's got to get back to.
Yes.
He's always been, even as a kid, a stronger finisher than he was a starter as far as the season goes. It's like every year he's got to get his bearings again, get back into the swing of things. But see, look at Van here.
Yeah, this kid,
what an
got
impressive.
That leg back over. Look at him working.
Caden was all but out. I mean, did a nice little Granby roll.
Caden's got to watch this. Yeah, nice Granby roll.
He's got him locked up tight here, too. This isn't something you can just get up and get out. His legs are twisted. He's got that Kansas ride hooked up inside there.
Yeah. Well, I'm very, very impressed with this young man.
He's got a leg in now, working on that Turk. If he catches that foot, he's got a bow and arrow. He's catching his own foot. That was interesting. Van reached back and grabbed his own foot, maybe to help him bow his back, maybe?
Yeah.
Interesting.
This young man is a technical wrestler.
Yeah. Yeah, this is not his first match by any means. First duel of the year, he's coming out up 2-0 on last year's 5A state champion.
Not
and
too bad.
Really handling himself and handling this match.
He is handling this match right now. Caden finds himself down 2-0.
Yeah, a little bit stuck in the mud. A little bit stuck in the mud. Hasn't got going yet. And, that's not necessarily his fault. I think Van's bringing it to him.
Yeah, he's the aggressor. Now, Van, Smith, get up, get out, go up 3-0. Puts really in the driver's seat in this match.
Yeah, for sure. Now, Caden's going to have to get, he's going to need 2 or 3 takedowns to win this match. If he can't get off bottom and if he can't ride, now he's going to have to turn the gas on and which I've seen him do plenty.
Yeah.
It's can he do it against Van Smith, who really, with 3 points, is in a commanding lead. Third period.
That's the thing with wrestling, Sean. It's one little thing here, one little thing there. I mean, it's if you're a slow starter in wrestling, that doesn't bode well a lot of times.
Not at all. I remember wrestling in college when I got there. I used to get in on a shot, and it was done.
Yeah.
I was 2 points, and I got to college, and it wasn't. And Coach would show me, just rotate my wrist a little bit and pick my hand up half an inch. Made all the difference in the world.
Little nuance
that that you have to have as you get to higher levels. And Caden in on a deep shot here. I mean, he's got to get this. He's got to find a way to get it. And Van Smith is he's not looking for a way out. He's looking for a way to score.
He's very aggressive, always moving forward, within control. I'm very impressed with his maturity for a freshman. Very impressed. Just under a minute left.
Under a minute left. Caden's going to need 2 takedowns just to tie this match. And he really, I mean, he's been close a couple of times, but Van Smith has proven to be a good scrambler as well. There's that duck. Man on that single, but look, he pushes that head down. Caden's going for 2 here. That's 2 on the edge.
Just 30 seconds left.
In an interesting spot here. So Caden's obviously hadn't been able to ride him, hadn't been able to get away. So he's got to give him 1 in order to get 2.
Right.
And if he can take him down in 24 seconds, he can tie this match. But he's going to have to take him down.
Yep, he's got to go get it. Gave his 1.
So Caden hit a nice duck into that double. Really a slick duck, got himself a single, found a way to get that takedown. You know, Van Smith's got no stall calls, so he can really just hold off here and burn the clock, and he's going to.
Yeah.
He's going to leave his feet in bounds. Savvy wrestler.
Savvy wrestler.
A freshman.
Big time. That's big time for the freshman. That's one I think Guthrie had circled that they would get.
Absolutely. That's a big momentum swing there.
Yeah, it really is.
So out to an early lead.
Caden can take that, put that to fuel, get back in the room.
Hopefully that's going to be what he needs to get things turned back around.
Yeah. Got 120 coming up.
Yeah, 80. Yeah, there should have been.
Waiting for our
next time play the commercial.
Waiting for our 120-pound match here. Sean, I don't know, who do we have for Mustang at 120 tonight?
Mustang 120. I believe I was told that Hank Bullard was probably going to wrestle.
Okay, we'll see.
But I'm not sure. Looks like they've got Van Smith just wrestled.
Well, I am
Turn that up louder.
Aiden Smith.
Next time.
Aiden Smith for the Blue Jays, taking on Hank Bullard. Bullard in quick.
Looks like Jace Reed. Jace Reed. So we've got freshman versus freshman here.
Again, you're seeing on your screen, we've got changed over. Jace Reed. It's Aiden Smith for the Blue Jays. Jace up 2-0. Reed on top right now, Sean, working that ankle.
Yeah, did a nice job. You know, I did the best scouting report I could on Mustang. Jace is just a freshman, obviously a wrestler.
Yeah.
Nice shot, got a leg in. Aiden Smith's been wrestling now for on and off. He wrestled some as a kid, took a few years off, came back in junior high last year, freshman this year.
Looking for that cradle.
Yeah, doing a nice job with that leg, able to get the cradle in.
Picked up 3
He's
back.
going to have to start moving on bottom.
Yeah.
or there's going to be more of this.
Yeah, he's just going to keep turning. You talked about it in the junior high match. You're going to see a lot of things, good programs. You'll see a lot of the same things thrown, a lot of consistency.
Yes.
Aiden's getting up on his base there. Come up.
Doing what he needs to do now for sure. Yeah. And again, it's easy for me to sit here in this chair and tell him he needs to come up. You got a hammer on top of you putting the leg in.
Generation Church replay. See
Gets
the
to his
escape
feet,
there.
Peels the hands, comes around. I like that he came around and got aggressive. Just, a little bit too aggressive.
Yeah.
I mean, nice job by Reed just being aware. But Aiden had the right idea. We want to turn around and get some more points.
Yeah.
Trying to catch up, so.
See him, he's working that.
He's catching that.
Yeah,
his foot was catching that leg to keep him from getting behind.
Yeah.
Clever little trick there to try to keep him from scoring, but.
Picks up 2 back there. 12-1.
Boy, cradles.
Yeah.
Cradles.
Cradle solid. Tilt him again.
Really no fault to Aiden here. It's one of those things, Jace Reed has found something that's working and he's sticking to it, you know.
Yeah.
And Aiden, needs to work on cradles, and now he knows.
Yeah, he knows. And pick up the Mustang, going to pick up the tech fall here. Again, as Sean talked about earlier in the broadcast, tech fall is 5 points. If you fall is 6. Major decision is 4. Regular decision is 3, and if you forfeit, you give up 6 as well. We're going to take a quick time out here. Be back in just a second and hear from our great sponsors, GPS TV.
Aspen Roofing is a family-owned roofing company with more than 20 years of experience and achievements across Oklahoma. Aspen Roofing takes pride in the personal service we provide on each job, and we strive to maintain the highest level of quality while offering our customers a reasonable price. It is our commitment to help you understand the process of getting a new roof from start to finish. Call Robbie Hudson for a free roofing estimate at 405-562-0026.
Exxon was founded by 2 combat-proven veterans to help businesses grow from mediocre to exceptional. We know from experience that your culture and trust throughout the organization drive superior performance. Most business owners focus on the urgent rather than the important. They are just struggling to survive. The team at Exxon helps owners identify challenges, build solutions, and focus on growth. Do you trust your team? Does your team trust you? If not, we can help. We are Exxon.
Back from our F&M Bank break. Coming in here at 126 pounds, Colton Stevens, waiting on his walkout music. Got a line of Guthrie wrestlers out there giving him the high fives on the way in. Those kids started a new trend at the blue and white duel. And they all wanted to do it again, so Coach just thought that'd be pretty cool.
Now Colton is a freshman going up against Javen Douglas for the Broncos.
Colton's about 3 heads taller this year than he was last year.
Yeah, he's grown a bunch.
He's going to be a big kid. His dad's a good-sized guy. Yeah. He'll be bigger than a middleweight for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Once he grows into those legs. And he's going to be a wrestler as well. He's been at it his whole life. As a freshman, he's going to have a lot to chew on here, but I am very excited. Not the match we want to see there for sure, but Colton's going to have a good career. Those long legs when he rolls into them. Yeah. I am seeing a trend with cradles though tonight, Phil.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Cradles maybe worked a little bit at the Broncos room. And I think one of the I think one of the big things, too, you'll see with these Blue Jays is I'm glad to see duels like this. Some people will be sitting there going, wait a second, this is how you get better.
Yeah.
You don't get better by wrestling people that you can come in and just dominate.
For sure. And especially for these younger guys, they're leaving tonight. They're going to go home. They go back. We've got a two-day tournament, a national tournament, and we do have a good tournament team.
Yes.
A dual team and a tournament team.
Very different.
So two different things. In a duel, when you're giving up 6 points, you're literally giving points to the other team. In a tournament, you're not doing that. You're only going to score points for your team.
Correct.
And so, when you do have those state champions, those seniors, those big guys, they can score a lot of points for you in tournaments. And the other teams are going to help beat some of those other guys, where in a duel you won't have. Where, so these duels sometimes are not. I don't know. I see a lot of these duels, especially as young as we are, a lot of these weights. They're going to be a lot like this, but as the year goes on, we want to see improvement out of these guys because we're going to expect a lot out of them here in the next few years.
Talk a little bit about Dax coming out here, Dax Lopez.
Dax Lopez, excited to see him wrestle. Dax wrestled for Guthrie when he was little. His brothers all wrestled for us and all that. I actually went to school with his dad. Was at OCS for a while. Now he's back here.
Yeah.
Came back home and he came back this summer in freestyle. Him and Luke Lyons, who will wrestle next weight after him, I don't think either one of them have ever had a conversation, but every day in the room, it's just known that those two are going to work together, and they're going to work hard. I think they both have cauliflower ears now, and
the dynamics of a room.
Yeah,
and that's a thing.
Yeah, it's not that they're enemies; it's neither one of them talk.
Correct.
Yeah, they both have cauliflower ears and scars to show it.
They're to work.
But even, my son likes to think that he's the hardest worker in the room, but he always tells me that these two, him and Dax and Luke, are out working everybody.
That's
so I'm
awesome.
excited to see where he's going to go.
What grade is Dax in?
Dax is a junior.
Junior.
Dax is a junior.
Okay.
So we'll have him again next year. And Dax has aspirations. Super smart kid. He's going to go to school somewhere.
Yeah.
But he very serious about wrestling. That's why he came here. He wanted to
walk in that.
Put on a blue singlet, come out here and wrestle for us. And like I say, he's looking great tonight. He put in a full summer wrestling this summer. He wrestled on a national team, a cadet national team.
Yep.
Went up there and wrestled. I think he picked up 10 or 12 matches on a weekend.
That's what I was going to say. In the summertime when you wrestle on a cadet team, how many matches do you typically what's a good number?
It can get crazy because your team is going to wrestle quite a bit.
Yeah.
And they have an exhibition room is what they call it.
Yeah.
You just go sign your name on a piece of paper.
Go wrestle.
And you can wrestle.
Yeah.
And so, it can get pretty crazy. I think sometimes it's a little too much.
Yeah.
But Dak's a smart kid, like I said. So he got some good experience, came back with some new skills. And, like I say, he came back with a lot of things he needed to work on. Yeah. And he's been working on them.
Yeah.
So
Generation Church
nice
replay, see the takedown.
Outside high crotch, cut double, textbook, steps over the legs, covers, tries to tilt him, but once he scoops those feet up.
Yep.
He tried it the first time, didn't get it, got flipped back, stepped over the second time. Just, when you've drilled something 1,000 times, you hit it in a match, it just seems like you're drilling.
It's natural.
Yeah.
It's natural.
And we're seeing, Dax is going to be one of our better wrestlers this year. We're going to be counting on him for a lot of points.
Yeah.
And he'll wrestle some of the best kids in the state and give them all they want.
Just his weight class.
Yeah, for sure.
That's where the studs live.
Yeah.
Dax up 2-0. Working top position.
Doing a good job grinding here with just these bar arms, keeping pressure on that hip. Caleb Moach really doesn't have an answer yet on even how to get up. He hasn't even, threatened here. Dax is going to look to score. Dax is going to want to.
Yes.
Dax is going to want to get some of those points back. The team needs a 6 here. Caleb Moach, no slouch. He's not letting things happen. Got a chicken wing now. Dax will get this chicken wing and run it towards his head. He'll be in pin territory if he can get that thing run.
Dax not afraid to throw a crossface in there.
No. He may try to come back and get a tilt. He's reaching underneath trying to catch the far arm. So he's got a tight waist, and he's trying to get it underneath to grab the same arm he's got chicken wing, but now he's going back to that bar arm.
Yep.
Dax is going from one thing to another. He's trying to score here. He's not just holding on. There it is. So he'll catch that and run. Moat's doing a nice job on bottom.
Yeah.
it's not a good position to be in at all. It's no fun. Most guys go over here, but Moat's doing things right. This is how you defend a chicken wing,
Yep.
Gets to his feet. Dax with a big lift.
Yeah. There's 30 seconds left this period.
Dax getting a little bit high with that front arm, but he adjusts. Did a nice job adjusting, coming back into saddle. He's keeping that tight waist and keeping his hips back over top of the hips, which makes it very difficult to get out. When you're on bottom, your hips have to get out so you can get out. If they stay underneath, you're just stuck.
Well, he rode the hair off of him on that period.
Yeah, good period for Dax for sure.
Good job.
Really, Caleb did a nice job on bottom down there.
Very good. Great match.
Not getting turned.
Correct.
Yeah.
Great match going to the third period. Dax Lopez up 2-0.
For Dax to come up quick, get back on another takedown.
Well, Dax is active, isn't he?
Yeah, for sure. It would be an understatement to say Dax is serious about his wrestling.
Yeah. Well, I know his father, too. He's serious about it as well.
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got him up in little barbed wire.
Yeah.
He's got that cross arm. If he gets that barbed wire, he's going to twist those arms up and end up on top.
Yeah.
Bit of a pickle. Caleb Moat's still game.
Yeah.
He's still game. Really, Dax did a nice job just kind of willing himself to not go over.
Yep.
Back to his feet now. Moat's going to drop down.
There you go.
Drops down to that single. Dax is going to get two here. And
Boy, he's in a good position right here,
he's got
too.
that hammer lock.
Yeah.
He swam back for that head. He about had a reverse half. Was trying to get it. Caleb Moat smart enough to just bail out and go to his belly. He's got a half here. If he gets that elbow up, now he's got him. He's got a nice position here. And Moat is flexible.
Yeah, he is.
See, that shoulder broke over. Golly. He's got that half in deep. Golly.
That does not feel good.
I'm back here behind a table, and that hurt me.
That hurt me a little bit, yeah.
You know, the key to that half is that elbow high, but it gets so tight that the guy can't turn over. So there's a little bit of a, you kind of get it, get them stuck there, and then you kind of have to loosen it up just enough so they'll go over. And, you know, when you do that, you oftentimes risk losing it, and that's kind of what happened. I think Moat's flexible enough. He knew what to do to get out of that.
Well, Moat's a wrestler.
For sure. Like you said, I think Dax is riding the hair off of him.
He really is.
He's doing a good job on top of it.
I've been extremely impressed with him on top.
Only a 4-point match, but dominant. Very dominant.
Well, Dax gets the Blue Jays on the board.
Much needed 3 for sure.
Dax Lopez victorious, 132 pounds. We're going to take a timeout. Timeout's presented by F&M Bank. We'll be back in just a few minutes. GNP TV.
At Terry Insure Group, you'll be helped by lifelong Blue Jay fans. Seth Robbins, Jason Herzl, and Dennis Oakes aren't limited to any single provider. We'll work with you to find the carrier and the plan that fits you best. Terry Insure Group is an independent insurance agency specializing in home, auto, and commercial lines of insurance. Call Terry Insure Group at 405-293-4880 or stop by at 622 South Division or visit them online at tigok.com. Terry Insure Group, insuring your world.
Tina and Stefan and the entire staff, they are who you see them be. I mean, they're genuine people. They care about people. They've spent their entire lives in healthcare.
I can honestly say I'm 65 years old, and I'm probably in the best health I've been in my whole life, to be honest with you. And it's thanks to Stefan and his staff here, because everything they've done for me is just worked tremendously.
I just highly recommend Strive to anybody who's wanting to see a real improvement in their overall health, to be quite frank, their quality of life. Welcome back to the Guthrie Bluejays versus the Mustang Broncos duel. Mustang up 20-3 right now. Dax Lopez just picked up 3 points for the Blue Jays. Got him on the board. Coming up 138 pound, Jaron Peterson for Mustang. He'll be taking on Luke Lyons for the Blue Jays. See Luke trot out on the mat. Sean, what do you have here?
Well, Luke obviously, you know, we talked about him the other day. Last year, his record didn't really show how talented he is. Seems like every time he got on the mat last year, he's wrestling a state champ or a state qualifier. He was young, put in a hard summer. Luke's a good kid. He's going to have a lot of success, but he is up against a sophomore who was a junior high state champ. Went 4-2 at junior high state last year. A solid kid, solid wrestler. So, you know, obviously Mustang's got a good team. They're wrestling sharp tonight, you know. So they're going to be prepared. Luke's going to be in a good match here, but I'm excited for Luke this year. Yeah. This is going to be kind of his breakout year. Where we've known for a long time how good Luke is. I think this year everybody else, all the other teams, are going to find out how good Luke is, and this is going to kind of be his breakout year on the map for everybody else. Yeah.
I tell you get these kids, these program kids come up through the Little League, junior high, high school program. That's what it takes. Peterson,
a lot of motion down there. Jaron Peterson. Nice job there getting out. Wow, Luke Lyons with a Granby roll.
There you go.
Doesn't give that up. I thought it was just going to be 2, and Luke's still scrambling. Wow. Something I've not seen out of Luke Lyons. Nice little wrinkle in the
nice wrinkle
game. You know, that right there is just I'm not going to let you have this.
Right.
You know, that's what that is.
Yep.
That's just a sign of confidence.
Right.
Confidence we haven't seen out of Luke yet.
Well, you know, and you know this better than most. You know, this is a sport that when it clicks, it kind of clicks.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of things coming together at the same time.
Short time escape. Yeah, nice little spin move he does here to get back.
Yeah, very good.
Nice takedown. I wish he wouldn't have gave up that point at the end.
Yeah.
You know, jump down, hold on that leg, kill 4 seconds. He probably just didn't know how much time was left on the clock. Luke's one of those guys, if you put him on the mat for an hour, he's just going to wrestle for an hour.
Yes,
exactly. You know, he's not going to look at the clock. He's not going to care. He's just going to be there.
Just wants to wrestle.
Yeah. I think that was more one of those. He just wasn't paying attention where he was in the match.
Yeah, we talk about that. I mean, match awareness, clock awareness, there's a lot that goes into it. There you go.
Worked hard to get out here.
Yeah, not yet.
He's got to get 1.
Yep.
Now, Jaron Peterson's got to be careful here because technically if he doesn't try to build, he's going to get called for stalling.
Yep.
He's trying to get out of bounds to get the action out of bounds, but he's got to be careful. If he does, he'll be fleeing the mat.
Yep.
So he can't flee action. Definitely going to get 1 there.
Yep.
Yeah. Well played by both guys.
Yeah, very good.
You know, Jaron definitely didn't want to give up 2 there and was kind of trying to hold on to the control as long as he could, but on the big shot here.
Yep.
Second shot he's been in on. He didn't finish the first one. See if he can get this one. Luke's proven to be pretty crafty.
Good job there. That's good mat awareness there.
Luke's going to have to keep that left side protected a little bit better. Jaron's doing a nice job. I'm not sure how he's getting in yet. Catching a big angle.
There you go.
He's doing a good job getting his hips down and pushing those knees. Just a snap and go hustle. Just a snap and go hustle move. Very nicely done.
Yeah, very good job.
You know, that move right there, it's so underrated. Just a snap and go. Everyone thinks, you know, big moves and all that, and that scores just as many points.
Absolutely. Luke up now 5-1, commanding lead.
Coach Davenport out there. Coach Davenport screaming for more points. He saw that barbed wire and he said, hey, I don't want you riding here. I want some points.
Yeah, good job there.
It's one of those things. Luke didn't know what he had. Coach saw it and said, go for it. Let's go. Good shot there. Jeremy Davenport.
Davenport boys.
Davenport boys, All-American, state champions.
Bunch of awards there.
Those boys are wrestlers.
They are. No Sean Silvis, but boy, I tell you.
They would probably argue that.
Yeah, I tell you. You kind of blinked your eyes. We got wrestlers everywhere in Guthrie now. It's a beautiful thing to see. And building on this program, of course, we've talked about a lot of different things overnight. One of those are great needs. So if you want to get involved with supporting Guthrie Wrestling, get a hold of the coaches, get a hold of Sean, get a hold of me. We can be found.
We will not hide from support. Now, Luke Lyons, just a great example of a kid that started young, didn't see success for a long time, but was always right there, grinding away. He's the kind of kid you want in your foxhole.
Absolutely.
Great kid.
Grinder. I love grinders.
Yeah, for sure.
He's working here. He's trying to score points.
He's riding hard.
Yeah.
Tight spiral here. He's keeping that hip. He's got a leg in now. I think he's got a leg in. I don't think he wants it in.
Yeah.
But it's in.
Yeah.
You know, the passion from these Davenport brothers is fun to watch just over here on the side. They're both kneeling on the edge of the mat wrestling this match with Luke. It's one of those things. When you see a kid in a room every day working so hard, he spends all summer wrestling. He spends
great shot of the coaches right there.
Yeah, for sure. These guys. When you pour into a kid and he gives you back what you're pouring in, you can't help but find passion for them. It's a relationship you develop with a kid or with a coach, and it's really fun to see.
Well, Luke's going to get out of here with the victory tonight. Boy, good scramble there.
Yeah. Jaron Peterson made him earn that one.
He did. Great match. Luke Lyons comes out on top. It's going to bring the duel to 20-6 Mustang. Coming up next, 144-pounders. Before we get to that match, we're going to take a quick timeout. Sponsored by F&M Bake. We'll see you back. GMP TV.
When garage door problems occur, don't call a kind of service company or maybe a repair guy. Call Paul Creed at A-Team Overhead Door. Paul owns and operates his company and has over 15 years of experience in residential and commercial overhead door service. Paul provides all garage door services from repairs to installations. With free estimates, Paul will work with you to decide the best possible solution for your garage door or opener problems. Call A-Team Overhead Door today, 405-642-7065. At South Point Baptist Church, we want you to cheer loud and be proud as we send the Blue Jays to victory. Afterwards, join us each Sunday in our friendly family atmosphere. South Point invites you, your family, and friends to join us each week with Sunday school beginning at 10 a.m. and our morning service at 11 a.m. South Point wishes all students this season to make fun and exciting memories not only on the playing field, but in the classroom as well. And as always, go Blue Jays.
Welcome back. Tonight's duel between Mustang Broncos and your Guthrie Blue Jays. We're at a 144-pound weight class. Sean, I'm not even going to try to pronounce Broncos 144-pounder.
Stanley Zgrepski.
Zgrepski. That's
you got to hit the G.
That is a wrestling name right there. That's outstanding.
I had Brent Surrett I wrestled with back at UCO, one of the coaches over here on staff, and I said, you're going to have to say that 4 or 5 times so that I can get it right on the broadcast. His mom might be watching, and I want to make sure I get it right.
That's right.
Zgrepski.
Yeah, for the Blue Jays, we know this name. Clayton Carey for the Blue Jays at 144.
You saw the younger brother wrestle earlier tonight, and this is middle brother.
Yeah. Big brother's
probably in the stands.
Well, he's probably pacing somewhere. Wishing he was out there himself still.
No surprise, Clayton comes out swinging.
Yeah, he does.
Aggressive.
All the Carey boys are aggressive.
Yes.
They have one gear, that's forward.
This is another one of those freshmen, Phil, that just you know, if a freshman year on a varsity squad is always going to be a tough year.
Yeah.
You know, even, you know, we saw Caden Herndon get upset here, but that kid's going to have a tough year where he went from a year where he was probably winning all the time, easy matches, and now every win is going to be a hard win.
It'll be a battle.
You know, we've got a lot of good freshmen on this team that whether they win close matches or lose close matches, they're going to be in close matches all year long, and it's going to be fun to see them just develop and the little things that you can't really learn until you wrestle higher level competition. You know, they're going to get in there and fight. And Clayton's one of those guys that coaches are excited to have him on varsity just because he's young, and this freshman year is going to give him so much experience.
Yeah, he'll win a lot of matches for the Blue Jays over the next 4 years.
For sure. It's like saying.
There's a good shot of the Carey family out in full support. Papa Carey up there, Blue Jay wrestler himself, wrestled his whole life. Passionate about the sport of wrestling.
I'll tell you how passionate Papa Carey is about wrestling. He was doing lessons. He brought the boys up here to do some private lessons, and the locker room was in bad shape, and so he decided to get his hands dirty and spent 2 hours cleaning the boys' locker room.
Yeah. He is all in. We need people like that. Good takedown there by Clayton.
Nicely done. Get a little bit high here.
Yeah, high. Once he gets those hips down. Yeah.
Nice little inside leg trip there.
Yeah, he's got himself in a bad position here.
But he's still fighting this out. He needs to get to his belly there.
Yeah, get to his belly.
Tied it up now 2-2. Stanley Zgrebski did a nice job there on bottom, getting him high.
Yeah.
Turning his hips, getting those legs, and really a big 2.
Yeah. Carey family replay. Look at him. Oh, James, he's dying with every. Oh, come on now. What are you doing? Come on. I have a feeling we'll be drilling that later tonight, perhaps.
He's up there. He's up there wrestling with him, isn't he?
I love it.
No, Zgrebski did that. Big 2 points, close match, big 2 points at the end. Again, experience here. Clayton's gonna. He got a little high. And he felt it. He tried to make the adjustment. Just didn't. He didn't feel it in time. So that's all going to come. Positioning himself for a half here. He's got to get up and get moving. Zgrebski here with a mean tight waist. He's got that long arm wrapped all the way around to his far side hip.
Twice. Yeah.
We talked earlier about how important it is to get those hips out. When that arm is wrapped that deep, your hips are, even though it looks like the guy's off to the side, he has 100% control of where your hips go.
Yeah.
So it's almost like a hip trap when they have a deep tight waist like that.
Well, I tell you, he's riding hard on top.
It's a cinch strap on a horse.
Yes.
On a horse's saddle. It's exactly what it's like. Wherever, if you get that cinched in, now it's the saddle on the horse's back. It doesn't come off.
That's exactly right. That's a great analogy.
Well,
does it all. Cowboy, wrestler.
Well, when you grow up in Kansas.
Oh, yeah, with 2 Kansas boys on the broadcast tonight. How about that?
On the Oklahoma broadcast.
Who would have thunk it? When I'm much older than you, but I watched you when
Nicely done.
Yeah, very good job there.
Coaches are going to want 2 there.
Yeah, they're going to want 2.
Let's see this
replay.
Did a great job of staying on his feet here. He's leaning forward just enough, balance like crazy. Well, hard to call that live. And obviously the referee wasn't on the line. He was behind it, so, kind of tie goes to the runner kind of thing. Not a bad call.
No.
When you're Guthrie, you want the call.
Yeah, that's right.
But not
Well, it's a great match right here. 3-2 right now.
Impressed that Clayton was able to escape in that situation where I think most guys would have just fell down.
Yeah.
Somehow State kept his balance. He's on a nice double leg here on the edge.
There you go. Finish
Nicely done. Nicely done.
Very good job.
Zgrebski was trying to get out of bounds, as he should have, but in trying to get out of bounds, he gave up his legs. He gave up that position.
Yeah, very well done by Clayton Carey.
Disciplined Clayton just kept his feet in bounds. Into the second period, that's a huge takedown.
Yeah.
A big escape on the edge and
Take
a
a look
huge
here at the
takedown.
replay, Sean.
He
Generation
starts
Church
trying. He
replay.
goes to bail out, and when he came, you see him change his position to try to go out of bounds. And when he did, right here, he gives up his hips. See them legs come out? As soon as he leaned forward, those legs swept right out from underneath. And Clayton felt that.
Yeah.
He felt that and swept those legs up.
Great job. Appreciate the good replay there. Sponsored by Generations Church.
Again, that wrestling we talked about in between positions that you can't teach, you just got to feel.
Yep.
That was that. He was in a position and then just let it happen.
Carry up 5-2, third period.
Risky tilt here. Risky, golly.
Yeah.
Rather his arm than mine, I guess. That rolls through tilt Spencer Lee made a career out of.
Yeah.
University of Iowa, but
he's back. He's back, by the way. I watched a match of his on YouTube this weekend. He's getting after it.
I'm not sure he's been hurt, but he's always been here. That guy's incredible.
Yeah, he was injured.
Yeah.
Of course, the famous video last year in the NCAAs when he got caught and his mom tearing her glasses up.
Yeah, bless her heart.
Bless her heart. That's right.
That's, the only thing harder than, I've learned this as a dad, the only thing harder than losing is watching your kids struggle,
Right.
It's Clayton here with a nice cradle.
Yeah.
He's on top, he's winning, and now he's trying to score some points.
There you go.
That's a tough kid. This is 6 points if he can get it.
I think he's close.
Hats off to Zdrebski. He's fighting that lock.
Yeah.
Zdrebski did what he needed to do to get off his back, but Clayton Carey, he could just be riding on top, win this match, get out of here and go home.
Still working for points.
And he's trying to score points for his team. Back on that same cradle.
There you go.
Back on the cradle again.
I like to see this. Cradle's a signature move for Mustang.
Yeah, kind of giving it back. And Clayton's going for the fall here.
Yeah, he is.
He's got 20 seconds. Davenports are both on their feet. What are we doing here?
No.
Boy, that almost ended poorly, Phil.
Yeah.
Clayton's still going to get out of here with the win, but that was, we talk about.
Watch it here.
Yeah.
Oh, what's going on? How much time's left? Sister wants to know what's going on. Okay, we made her.
James, we love you.
Oh,
You're
James.
entertaining.
We're going to take a quick break, sponsored by F&M Bank. We'll be back in a second. GMP TV.
F&M Bank loves giving back to the communities we live and serve in. Banking with us ensures your money goes back into your community. Our goal is to provide you with reliable banking you can trust, delivered with unique passion for service. F&M Bank has all the modern banking services, mobile banking, lending, reward checking, electronic checking, and more. We invite you to come see us at any of our 8 locations. Come see what relationship banking is all about. F&M Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paper boy, evening TV. You miss your old familiar friends, but waiting just around the bend. You're lost out there and you're all alone. A light is waiting to carry you home. Everywhere you look.
Welcome back. Guthrie Bluejays duel tonight against the Mustang Broncos. Guthrie coming back. Scored points last 3 matches. Trailing right now 29 in the duel, Sean. But I think the bigger thing is we've seen some young kids do some really good things.
Absolutely. Freshmen, we're going to follow that up with a freshman, and we're going to follow it up with another freshman.
Yep.
So again, just the experience that these kids are going to get this year, it might not always end up in wins. It might not always end up in, winning the game-winning match for the team. But that experience is going to pay off moving forward in their career as they become sophomores and juniors and seniors. Rowan, another prime example. Rowan didn't start wrestling until junior high.
Yep.
Has made varsity this year.
Yep. There we go.
And, Rowan this year, I was so impressed with him. Rowan's a kid that if you ask him to fight, he's going to fight every time.
Yeah.
You know, and that's not me dogging on Rowan. That's me. He's not afraid to get in there and scrap it out. You know, it's you know, aggression is not a weakness of his, but it almost is. Sometimes he gets too aggressive and he gets too emotional, and he wants to turn it into a fight. And so over the summer in freestyle, freestyle's frustrating. He'd never done it before. There's some weird rules. And that frustration kind of boiled over to the point where it calmed him back down.
Yeah.
And then he became coachable.
Yes.
And, that I really saw a huge improvement in just his maturity over the summer, where he would walk off the mat. We could coach him. He was out there thinking. Coaches were talking to him, and he was responding to what they were saying.
Yes.
Where before he was so involved in the match he couldn't hear or think straight,
Well,
and
controlled emotion is fine.
Absolutely. And that alone, just, that kind of turn of the corner about halfway through that freestyle season has turned into, in the room now, the coaches are having a blast coaching Rowan because it's like playing a video game.
Yeah.
They tell him to do something and he does it.
Yeah.
And now he can get better faster.
Absolutely.
So he's up against a ringer here, and he's, a year ago we'd have been pinned, we'd have been pinned in a minute and gone home.
Yeah, Hiller
and now
kids.
we're in here, we're going to battle these kids every year.
Yeah, the Hiller kid's obviously outstanding, very experienced wrestler.
Yes.
I don't know if you got any.
Yeah, junior. He's a junior. He took second at junior high state, back in the day. This kid's a wrestler.
No, yeah.
This kid's a wrestler, a lot of experience. I wouldn't think he's gotten worse since junior high.
That's right.
Not in a Mustang program like we're seeing tonight.
That's right.
But again, Rowan. Rowan's going to be fine.
Yeah.
And the experience, he's the kind of kid that he's not going to get intimidated when he goes out as a freshman up against upperclassmen. Rowan ain't afraid to fight.
Right.
But Rowan's also listening now. He's coachable now.
Yep.
And so he's looking over at his coaches. He's trying to do what they're saying. He's going to start clicking. And this experience he's going to get is just going to be awesome.
Got a little blood time here. That's one thing I love about wrestling. We don't sugarcoat what we call things. Right? You can call it an injury. You can call it, it's blood time.
Yeah, he's bleeding. Yeah, he's bleeding, and we need to get it cleaned up. There's protocol for cleaning up blood, but depending on the intensity of the match, the protocol doesn't always get followed.
Yeah, and we're seeing great comments here. We appreciate our folks from Mustang joining our broadcast tonight. And love to see that. Big part of the reason we do this, we want to highlight our Blue Jays, but we're excited to highlight all these great Oklahoma kids.
Absolutely.
All across the state. And I tell you, Mustang's outstanding. And I love to see the comments from our guests, from our friends from Mustang, Oklahoma.
And I've been, Coach Delk obviously is doing a great job here, but, these kids are, Mustang's got a good wrestling team,
Phil.
Phil.
Yeah, very good wrestling program.
And really, one thing I do love about the Davenports here is that's what they go look for.
Yeah.
They're going to go find the better teams because those teams are going to make our boys better.
Every time.
We want to be that better team.
Every time.
Yep. And sometimes that's hard to do. Sometimes you got to lose. You got to lose big matches to get
Coming
that.
out the back door here.
Rowan's going to make this a fight, Phil. 2-point reversal, down by 8, and Rowan's still in there fighting.
Love it.
And expect him to get nasty on top.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in a bad way. Just physical. Rowan's a very physical wrestler. Like that crossface.
Yeah. Yeah, got high. Good job. Good job by Hiller.
Yeah, Matt Hiller did a nice job there. Just
Very
got
good
too
job.
high and kind of got things back under control. Clearly knows what he's doing here.
Oh, yeah.
He's trying to get that leg in on the left side. Again, they're running these chicken wings and these bar arms and these cradles.
Yeah. Very well coached team, as are the Blue Jays.
He really wants that left side leg in. He's been digging for it. Rowan's doing a nice job blocking with that inside arm. He's feeling it. He's seeing it, but Rowan's trying to get crafty here. Kind of walked himself into that. Hiller did a nice job being patient. Got that leg inside side. He's going to try to pull it. If he pulls that arm over, he's going to get that outside half stack, that half on the outside, that power half.
Yep.
He'll tilt it over and try to crawl back on top for the fall.
Yeah.
He's pushing the head and he's pulling the arm. Just
brutal move.
Yeah, it's just a predicament if you're on bottom,
yeah,
you know.
It is.
Rowan, too, you know, since last year, he's putting on some size.
Yeah.
He's a lot more physical than he was last year, you know, as far as overall was he's starting to fill out a little bit. That's good to see.
Yeah. He's going to win a lot of matches in his career. Hiller's just an outstanding wrestler.
Yeah, for sure.
Doing great things here tonight for the Broncos. Take a look at our great crowd tonight. Appreciate all these fine people coming out.
There's Mama Silvis and her daddy.
Boss Lady. Great shot. See a lot of familiar faces. Got some friends from Mustang over here as well.
A lot of Team Guthrie wrestlers up there in the stands. I saw a lot of my little guys and their parents up here. We appreciate them coming out, supporting their high school. Appreciate them letting me call practice tonight so we could all come out here and support the high school boys.
It's important we do that at all levels. High school kids support the little kids.
Yep.
It's good to see.
Yeah, the parents have been good about letting us do a practice on Friday so we can come out here and support these guys. I'm sure they don't love it, but they don't complain.
Well, it's, you know, and again, you talk about what you're really seeing here tonight. You see Mustang, who has an established program, Guthrie getting there.
Yeah.
Of course, have had their success, runner-up last year in 5A Duel.
You know, Rowan here, obviously he's in a bad spot, but he's going to fight this. You know, he's not going to give Hiller anything.
Right. No, he's earned everything he's got.
Yeah. Hiller's good enough to take what he needs, but he's having to take it. He's not. Rowan's not handing anything over.
Looking for that inside cradle there.
He's coming back out the side. He's trying to get out the back door there.
You talk about the different weight class, Sean. Studs live in these weight classes. I mean, they just do.
They do.
They just do. I mean, it's not taking anything away from any of the lower weight classes or the higher weight classes, but, boy, you hit that. It's 26 up to about 65, 75. Boy, there's some cats.
It's just where the majority of people are. It's like 6A. It's a bigger school. It's a bigger pool to choose from. Therefore, you got a better chance of getting better kids.
Right.
Well, these weight classes, same thing. There's more kids that grow this size.
Yep.
So, you know, there's more chance that the better ones are going to fall here. But you see so many good athletes come out of these middle weights that have been so fun to watch over the years, whether it be high school, college, you know. It's, you know, they're small enough to move like little guys, but big enough to be impressive and, you know.
Matt Hiller getting out with the tech decision.
Coach Davenport is questioning. So this is one of the problems that I have with officiating, not this official in particular.
Right.
But there's no consistency on the ruling that is the back points. So most referees will call if you break 90 degrees, they start counting back points. That's what most referees call. But technically, it's got to be 45 degrees.
Yeah.
And so you get an inconsistency between officials.
Yeah.
And so coaches will grow accustomed to getting back points in certain places or not giving up back points, you know. And so it's a constant. Again, I don't know what the argument here is, but I know it's a frustration because it's not called both ways all the time by officials. It's just an inconsistency.
Yeah, and Coach working hard. And he's working hard not just for this match. He's working hard for the future matches.
Absolutely. And he's going to bat for his kids. That's one thing I do.
Yep. That's what you want to see. Good match by Matt Hiller. Proud of Rowan. He battled all the way through.
And this young referee, that's a tough spot to be in.
It's also learning. I mean, everybody's getting better.
Yeah.
Everybody's getting better. We're going to take a quick break, sponsored by F&M Bank. We'll be back in just a second. GMP TV.
Sometimes you need immediate care and can't get in to see your doctor during regular hours. With Mercy Convenient Care in Guthrie, you can walk in without an appointment and get the medical attention you need at a lower cost and with shorter waiting time than your local emergency room. The Mercy Convenient Care is located at 2919 South Division. For any concerns, call 405-282-6301. Services are provided by Mercy Hospital, Logan County. Choose Guthrie. Choose Mercy.
I've known John for a long time. I like the fact that I can drive into the Autoplex and I know I'm going to get greeted by a courteous salesperson that's really there to help me. Not to pressure me to buy a car, but to help me. I've sent a lot of people to John. They make you feel like they were very, very glad you bought a car from John Vance.
John Vance Auto Group, it's all true.
John Vance Auto Group.
Welcome back. Guthrie Bluejay Wrestling Duel. Have the Guthrie Bluejays facing the Mustang Broncos this evening. Mustang up 25-9 on the Duel. Going to get ready for a 157-pound match. Got Reyes against Sean. Help me out. How do you pronounce the last name?
It's Uselton.
Uselton.
Yeah, I have got it wrong every time I've said it in my entire life. I think I say it one way, and then Roston corrects me. I do it the other way, but then he corrects me. I don't know.
Okay. Well, I don't feel so bad not knowing what to say there.
I've coached this kid since I just call him Roston.
Okay.
I've coached him since he was little. You look at Roston. I'm just sitting here seeing him in a singlet. He is put together for a freshman.
Yeah, he really is.
He is maturing nicely.
Yeah.
Now he is going against a, let me see here,
state qualifier
last year. I'm sorry,
yep.
I said state placer. Reyes, junior this year, qualified for state as a sophomore.
Yep.
So no stranger to the wrestling mats by any means.
Yeah.
And obviously you can tell, built like a wrestler.
Oh, my Lord. Yeah. Strong kid.
Yeah, compact.
Yeah.
Big, thick middle section.
His legs.
Yeah.
Goodness.
But
of course,
I'm actually impressed with how good Roston looks.
Well, Roston,
he's maturing nicely.
He's just a freshman.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah. Now, I have stood next to his father, who is a giant man. So.
Yeah. Trying to come
both
out
legs in, and Roston is. I say Roston's going to be up against it in this matchup. Definitely. Holy cow.
Great job there.
Wow. Roston put in some time this summer as well. Coming into freestyle when he could get up here. Tough sometimes for these underclassmen to get into those summer practices. They don't drive yet, But it's nice. We've got obviously supportive parents. Candy, his mother, takes him anywhere he wants to go, and a lot of these wrestlers are chauffeurs. These upperclassmen. If they got kids that want to come, they pick them up just like the parents do. And like I say, it's a family. Everybody's taking care of everybody. But Roston found his way in a room more often than not over the summer, just trying to learn something new.
It's showing right now.
I mean,
showing right
4-2 against the state placer as a freshman.
I'll say this is the Generation Church replay here. Sean, what do we got?
Well, just, Reyes gets pretty high here on this half, and Roston just kicks through. It's like he felt that momentum and said, what the heck?
Yeah. Great job. Up 4-2 at the end of the first period.
Reyes seems to like those legs. He seems to like to be high. I would consider that dangerous and not smart, but I've seen guys be very successful there, so maybe that's just the game he plays.
Yeah.
He's struggling on bottom underneath Roston, though. Roston's doing a nice job.
You got a fan. You know who that is from the call sign?
The Sways. My man. Maybe the best wrestling commentator in the business is Aaron Swayze.
Outstanding. We got something to shoot for.
That's a Kansas boy.
Of course.
Yep. He calls a lot of college, of college matches. Went to college with my sister at Butler County Community College.
JUCO, the Grizzlies.
Back in El Dorado, Kansas, and then he came up to UCO and wrestled with me for a few years up there.
Awesome.
Made a name for himself up there. The Sways.
Got a correction there at 57, and we appreciate you letting us know this.
For sure.
This is Matt Hiller for Mustang at 57.
So was it Flynn
It must have been Flynn Brandrup
that wrestled?
We apologize for that.
Sorry for that.
Yeah, we apologize. Thank you very much for that correction.
We are only as good as the information we have.
Yeah, we appreciate that, though.
And in football, they were numbers.
Yeah.
Wrestling.
Dadgummit.
Maybe we should start a new trend, Phil.
The numbers on those jerseys. Good.
I don't think it's going to stick, but it would help us.
We could try. We need all the help we can get, Sean.
We're going to have to get a walkie-talkie over there from the head table. They can tell us who's wrestling. So our apologies. Ralston's got he's got that chicken wing almost from a snake position is what they would call that in Little League, a little front headlock snake.
Take a quick look here at the Generations Church replay. Sean, walk us through it.
Yeah, that's a snake, but if Ralston would have kept the head here, he could have tipped him over sideways. Really was just trying to get behind. I think he had that hook in there, but not far from what could have been a big trouble here for Mr. Hiller.
Yeah.
But Hiller, just stout as he could be, did a good job keeping his base.
Yeah.
I think Ralston went to crank that and didn't get very far and said, I'm just going to get back behind here. You know, I'll be curious to see if Reyes bumps up to wrestle Bryson Hall.
Could be.
Which, if they do, I will be excited for.
Yeah, that'd be a match.
Much better matchup. So, kudos to Mustang if that's what they do.
Yeah.
I'll tell the Mustang fans I am a fan of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You guys, I'm not sure even which one Reyes is, but if he's back here warming up, I'll be stoked to see him wrestle Bryson Hall. That right there is what Ralston Usselton does. He's got that signature headlock. Looks like he had an illegal headlock. We'll see it here in the instant replay.
We'll get coming up right here.
Completely legal.
Yeah.
He did not lock his hands. If he'd have locked his hands, it would have been an illegal headlock.
Absolutely.
He didn't lock his hands. He threw it legal.
All right.
So I'm not sure what that was, or maybe he blew him out of bounds, but.
Got Selena Walker's watching from Augusta, El Dorado, Kansas.
Formerly Selena Silvis.
Watch out. So is she the toughest Silvis?
She might be. She might be.
I love it.
I'm not going to cross her, Phil.
Well, I was talking to my sister before I came in, Stephanie. She's 3 years older than me, growing up. It was rough because everybody would say, "Oh, Stephanie, she'll fight you like a man."
Well, Leroy is what I call her, and she's as sweet as she can be.
Yeah.
So
the sway says dynamite in a small package. That sounds like a voice of knowing.
Yeah. I'd say Sway speaks from a point of wisdom.
Yeah, I love it.
It's nice to have both of them on here.
I can't wait to meet him. I'd like to meet him sometime.
Yeah, you will love him.
Yeah.
There may not be a bigger fan of wrestling than Aaron Swayze.
That's awesome.
Aaron does a great job. He loves to cover the little guys.
Yeah.
He likes to get the smaller college schools that don't get a lot of recognition. He goes to cover and get those guys.
Yeah.
He works hard.
Does he work up in the Kansas circuit?
I believe, that area
Does
up there.
Does he work some of the JUCO up there? Does he work?
A lot of the smaller schools. He's a good voice for those guys that don't get heard.
I love this. And I'll come down, not sure when. I just watched 3 JUCO duels tonight.
There you go.
I love it. Love it.
I don't know if he has a house, but he's always somewhere. I'm sure he's got a home.
Yeah, great.
But he's always
here
somewhere. Ralston Usselton, great job.
Yeah.
I'm very impressed. That was a nice match there. Big win, too.
Yeah, good job for Ralston. We're going to take a quick timeout. Sponsored by F&M Bank. We'll be back in just a second. GNP TV.
At Generations Church, we exist to love God, love people, and serve both well. We're a multi-generational, multicultural church that believes in being a light to our city and our region. At Generations, we don't believe that church can be put in a box. We're a church that accepts all people from all walks of life, young, old, rich, and poor, and you will feel welcome at Generations. Join us at 10 a.m. every Sunday at 2524 West Noble in Guthrie, America. You can also join us at generationsguthrie.online.church.
For centuries, it was a windswept prairie until the run of '89 saw settlers scramble for land and life in a newborn town as Oklahoma's territorial capital, Guthrie. Bank First is loyal to the preservation movement that reclaimed Oklahoma's first state capital. And we're loyal to the banking legacy born at the corner of First and Oklahoma streets. Bank First. Loyal to Oklahoma. Loyal to you.
Welcome back. We're getting ready to have an unbelievably good match at 165. You're going to see Bryson Hall for the Blue Jays, state qualifier.
Yeah. Yes.
You're going to get to see Dagan Reyes, who moved up a weight.
Yes.
I like that. I know you love that.
I love that.
Also state qualifier.
Yes.
So this should be a heck of a match.
You know, that opener match might have been the best match of the night as far as parity goes, but now that we get this one, this to me is what wrestling's about.
Well, both kids, no backup in them.
No.
Very aggressive,
yes.
very skilled. Should be a heck of a match.
I tell you, this is, you know, Coach Delk, this is what coaching is, you know. What's the best match, you know, do we want to send him out and get an easy win, or do we want to bump him up and test him out against another former qualifier?
Yeah.
Like who's the best guy here? I love this call by the coaches to come up and wrestle, and I would hope our coaches would do the same thing too.
Oh, yeah.
You know, this is really what wrestling's about.
Well, that's tight.
Nice cradle here by
Reyes.
Reyes.
Cradle right there. Nothing
you know,
yet.
Bryson's.
There you got it.
You know, a situation like that's tricky because you want to bail out because you don't want to go to your back, but two hasn't been given yet.
Right.
So you're trying to hold that position, but there's such a risk there. And, you know, Reyes obviously knows what he's doing. He's going to get 5 if he can.
Yeah.
Nice takedown on his part.
Reyes looks like he likes to get out there on top.
Yeah. Bryson making weight at 165 for the first time.
Yeah.
A lot of these boys are early in the season trying to get down to weight.
Want to thank Luke Young, Chief Luke Young, watching in from Ardmore. He's on duty tonight. We appreciate his service. Has been a full day of Blue Jay, Lady Jay. We've got basketball going on. They both won their openers tonight at the tournament. Norman, congratulations to them.
Nice takedown by Reyes. Reyes is doing a good job of controlling the ties. When he's in the ties, he's in the best position.
Yeah.
He's dominating that position. Bryson's kind of hanging on in there, and Reyes is getting motion with control, and he's just getting him to walk in. Both those takedowns, he set up very nicely. Bryson really just kind of hanging out right now.
Yeah.
Reyes.
That's legit.
Yeah. I mean,
take a look here at the Generations Church replay. Nope. Oh, I'm sorry.
Former state champions.
We got 2 state champions sitting there together.
Training partners.
Yeah. Bryson's big brother to the left. Great senior campaign last year. Now student at Oklahoma State University. Who's that guy? Who's that guy?
Eli Kirk.
2-time state champion Eli Kirk.
I like that hoodie he's wearing.
Yeah, that's nice. Got to see that.
Got swallowed up by the Broncos. It's a new rule they've come up with. If the arm is trapped, you cannot lift because the opponent cannot fall on anything but his shoulder or his head.
Yeah.
So it's just asking for an injury.
Why couldn't they have done that 35 years ago when I was wrestling?
Well, we probably all would be able to throw baseball if that were the case. So.
Yeah.
But no, it's I do like the rule because there's no reason for somebody to get hurt. But I still like the rule of if you lift someone, it's your responsibility to put them back down. If you have the angle, you have an arm, that's good for you. You did something right to get that.
Yeah.
So if a guy comes up, I still feel like if you put him down carefully, you should be able to do that.
Yeah.
But I also understand.
Yeah, the safety. Yeah.
You know, if you're obviously not enough people were able to do that, and too many people got hurt.
Correct.
So.
That is definitely one of those rule changes all about wrestler safety.
Digging up chicken wings here. Reyes really been all Reyes.
Well, I tell you, and let me tell you something. Bryson Hall's a wrestler.
Yeah.
I mean, this kid can wrestle. Really, Reyes having a heck of a match right now.
Really just kind of Bryson struggling to get to his feet here.
Yeah.
Struggling to get takedowns here.
Down 6-2 right now.
Not the opening match that he was wanting, I'm sure. Hopefully he can find some momentum going into the third, because right now it's been a long night underneath.
Yeah, he's good.
One of our Team Guthrie wrestlers
throwing
behind
bottles
here.
at us.
Throwing bottles at Coach.
Like the aggression. Now, am I saying this right? Is it the Sways?
The Sways, yes.
He's up in Nebraska.
Yep.
Since Side Hustle does play-by-play for Concordia and York NAI Wrestling.
Yep.
And Southeast Community College JUCO Wrestling. And he might be picking up Hastings. Generation Church. Oh, so take a look here. Mama Hall. She's cheering on her boy. That's an intense wrestling
got
mama
your bass
right there.
player in the background.
Bass player, now retired junior high wrestling coach.
The legend. Jay Howard.
Howard.
Bryson now on top, 2-9. Been all Reyes so far. Bryson's going to, you know, in a match like this, if I'm Bryson, you know, trying to mount a comeback, trying to do something big, trying to do something risky is just going to kind of make it worse.
Yeah.
I want to see this. I want to see, like, just get back to wrestling.
Yeah.
Get yourself a couple takedowns and prove to yourself that, okay, I can wrestle with this guy, came out flat, whatever, but I can at least get in here and wrestle with this guy because so far it hasn't gone that way.
It hasn't.
And to think you're going to make up all those points, you're going to throw a guy as good as Reyes, you're going to get something big on a guy like Reyes? Probably not. But can you come out and get a takedown? Yes.
Yeah.
And if you can do that, you can walk away from here saying, okay, it's not my night, but I can do that.
I did things right.
I can do that, you know.
Yeah.
But, again, you know, Reyes is not listening to that. He said,
Reyes,
you got my leg, but you're not taking me down.
Reyes can flat wrestle.
So this is, you know, Bryson, by all accounts, should have a takedown here. And now Reyes somehow finding his way back on top and saying, no, you're not going to take me down.
Take two.
Yeah. I'm very impressed with this young man.
Very, very impressive.
Like I said, Bryson, no stranger to a wrestling mat, but really hasn't had an answer for much here tonight. Unfortunately, you know, we're expecting.
And with wrestling, you're going to have that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're going to have that.
We're expecting big things out of Bryson this year, and I think there's still to come.
Yeah.
But tonight definitely has been all Reyes.
Yeah. By the way, Sway says, talking about the shoulder, he said, I'm telling you, my shoulder goes out more than I do.
Sitting here on the edge of the mat. Like I said, it would have been nice to see him get that takedown at the end, maybe end up on top, just to get out of here with something.
Not really the match we expected.
No, and I was hoping match of the night, some fireworks, you know, but Reyes really, I'm impressed with this kid. You know, we've been saying it all night. Very well,
up the major decision.
Very well coached team, very solid team,
very well
good
coached
team. They've got some very good wrestlers.
Yeah, I was looking at some of these kids from Mustang. Come back to that after this break. Sponsored by F&M Bank. We'll be back in just a moment. GMP TV.
Aspen Roofing is a family-owned roofing company with more than 20 years of experience and achievements across Oklahoma. Aspen Roofing takes pride in the personal service we provide on each job, and we strive to maintain the highest level of quality while offering our customers a reasonable price. It is our commitment to help you understand the process of getting a new roof from start to finish. Call Robbie Hudson for a free roofing estimate at 405-562-0026.
Exxon was founded by two combat-proven veterans to help businesses grow from mediocre to exceptional. We know from experience that your culture and trust throughout the organization drive superior performance. Most business owners focus on the urgent rather than the important. They are just struggling to survive. The team at Exxon helps owners identify challenges, build solutions, and focus on growth. Do you trust your team? Does your team trust you? If not, we can help. We are Exxon.
Welcome back. Blue Jay duels this evening against the Mustang Broncos. Mustang up right now 29-12. Going to come up on our 175-pound match. It's going to be Tyler Gettings for the Blue Jays going up against Nate Pritz. Nate Pritz Jr.,
first-year starter this year.
Okay.
I think he started wrestling last year.
Okay.
And then came on, got himself on varsity this year, so... You know, a newer wrestler, but I will say a good-looking kid.
Yeah.
And just from what I've seen previously in this duel, I'm pretty sure he's probably well coached.
Oh, yeah.
So Tyler Gettings was close to the state tournament last year. So close.
Lost in the blood rounds.
Lost in the blood rounds. Not from lack of effort.
Yeah.
If I remember right, the wrong kid got beat, and he ended up with a ringer on the backside. Someone got upset, and he, just didn't work out for him. But
that happens.
Really hoping to put him on a podium this year and get him a medal. He's a senior. Started wrestling in junior high and really had his first successful season last year.
Yeah.
Obviously in football this year, had an amazing season.
Great player for the Blue Jays this year. That outstanding team, 10-2 team for the Blue Jays this year.
Tyler, his wrestling style. I've wrestled with Tyler, and it's awkward, and I don't mean that ugly. I mean he's so tall, and his leverage comes from such unique positions that about the time you think you got him, he's got you. It's kind of. I remember I shot a high crotch on him one of the first time we ever wrestled, and he was behind me, and I was like, "Why are you back there?
Where'd you go?
Oh, luckily I had his leg, but his other legs were clear over there. So
it's good you had that 80 pounds on him too. Is it 80?
Maybe more than that.
Maybe more than that. Okay. All right. I was trying to be kind, Sean.
I needed it. I needed it because then I laid on it.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. If all else fails, just lay heavy.
Yes, for sure. But Tyler, I guess this is week 3 for him.
Yeah,
since
the room.
Football.
Yeah.
So, the week, after football.
Look at there, little kiddos.
There's my guys
having fun. They look, these young ones, these in the youth program, look up to these kids. These are the ones they idolize.
Absolutely. All those guys will be wrestling on Saturday.
There you go.
We get a big tournament over in Yukon.
Yeah, big tournament. Yukon coming up for the littles this weekend. Chris and I, Sean, will be finishing up the football season this weekend.
It's been a fun season.
I love football. I'm really glad wrestling's here. I'm about over the football thing. I'm ready to get to wrestling.
Change your pace.
Yeah, change your pace.
I still talked you into getting behind the mic with me, but
oh yeah, no, I'll do that. I love this. I'm not gonna lie though, I'm really needing to meet the Sways now. I'm kind of excited about that.
Everybody loves the Sways.
Yeah, I can tell. Again, we appreciate everybody tuning in tonight to GMP TV, watching the duel this evening between the Mustang Broncos and your Guthrie Bluejays. 175-pound match going on right now between Pritz from Mustang and Gettings for the Blue Jays.
This is going to be interesting how this match plays out. No one took the other down. No one really got close or took any risk.
Action's picking up a little bit here.
He's got a cradle.
Yeah,
it's hooked up.
Yeah, Tyler finds himself in a...
Tyler's, if you notice, he had a single leg and he was trying to step over even though he was in a cradle. That is the Tyler Gettings. See how he's trying to get the single leg underneath here?
Yeah.
That is, I say that, well coached. They told him, I'm over here listening to the coaches, they told him to adjust and step behind that leg. That is exactly what you're supposed to do. He listened, he did it, now.
Yeah.
He was there, and Tyler was fighting him off, and his coaches literally said, step over the leg, put 2 knees behind, walk it towards his head. He does it, and...
That's being coachable.
Yeah, for sure.
Big time. That's big time. On the coach's part and the kid's part.
Absolutely. Well, the coaches know what to tell him to do, and obviously... He listens so well because when they tell him what to do, it works.
Yeah.
And so he buys into it more and more. Tyler, though, did a great job not giving up any points in that position.
Yeah, still tied up 2-2.
I mean, again, a testament to, like I say, his just awareness, his ability to twist and manipulate and move. And, I mean, like I say, Pritz had a cradle and Tyler still got a single leg trying to finish that.
Yeah, exactly.
So back on their feet here, hopefully if he shoots in again, it'll be a little bit more there. Makes an attempt there. Pritz did a nice job blocking with his head. Probably one of the most underutilized weapons is the head.
Yeah. So the Generation Church replayers Tyler's first escape of the match.
Did a great job knowing where he was, and he turned back around. And ran out of there. I mean, he was out of bounds.
Yeah, great shot there as well. Great shot there
and
by
he
Lance
just
Evans.
Spun it around.
Lance at mat level.
I think they're on the edge. Pritz thought they were out, and he kind of let up. And Tyler felt it and said, nope, I'm going to get out of here if I can.
Yeah.
So now Tyler Tyler finds himself in a situation now where he has to score.
Has to score.
And, you know, the most trouble he found himself in was when he got in on a leg.
Yeah.
Now Pritt's in on a leg. These coaches are telling him to shelf the leg on the knee. Two points there awarded by the referee. Normally in this situation, I'd tell Tyler to bail out, but I know how good Tyler is here.
Clock is not your friend right now.
Not at all. And Tyler takes a deep breath here. 2 weeks and 2 days is not a lot of time to get in shape for a wrestling match.
No, it's not. He'll
especially when you're needing points.
Well, and we've talked about this. There's a big difference between football shape and wrestling shape.
Yeah.
And you know, and it'll take some time to get in that shape, but he'll get there.
Now, I don't know this, but I'm wondering if Nate Pritz plays football. Kid that size, I bet he was playing football too.
I don't know. Could be, but I'll tell you. There you go, Tyler, battling.
Look at that.
Come on now.
If he gets back points here.
He's got some.
I saw him count. He's holding two.
Holding two.
Now we got a reversal two here.
Yeah.
Pritz is probably going to come out.
So come up 7. I think it should be 7-6 right now.
Tyler will try to get a pin here.
Yeah.
He got out here.
This
is a crazy little sequence here. Little standing switch into a high crotch. Cuts to the double, catches him on his back, gets a 2 count. And look at Pritz here. He swims under that head.
Yeah. I think we'll end up 7-6.
I think with that reversal, Pritz is probably going to end up back in the front.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think that's right. Should be. I believe it's 7-6. We'll get the. I think that's right. Yep, 7-6.
Nice. You know, Pritz over here on the edge. He did that. He scoots his head around. Knew where he was, and he could feel where he was.
Yeah.
Ends up back into that little crab ride position.
So we got 41 seconds left in the match, Sean.
Well, back to a 1-point match. Yep. Tyler made it interesting there. Pritz was kind of pulling away a little bit. Tyler with a big 4-point reversal. Gets himself back in the match. He's just got to get out here. He's been able to get out twice now.
There it is.
Ties it up.
Yeah. We got us a match. In deep.
You know, Pritz scored the last time he shot in.
Good job there by Tyler.
Tyler, nice hips.
Working it.
Now remember, Pritz got that cradle from here.
Yeah, here we go. Good scramble.
Phil, we got us a match.
We do. 10 seconds left. We might get some extra time here, Sean.
Both of these guys holding on, I think, waiting for that time. We're going to get an overtime match,
Phil. There you go.
Wow.
Check out this replay right here.
Great job, both of these guys.
Yeah. Give us. What do you see here, Sean?
Well, Tyler, he does a nice job getting up, getting hand control, and being hard to return. That's 90% of it.
Yeah.
If the top guy has to return you, that's his responsibility. If he doesn't, he's stalling.
Yep.
So if you just be hard to return, you basically leave the guy no option but to let you go.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where he was. He had hand control. He was up. Pritz kind of had to let him go, and Tyler was able to get around.
Overtime, real quick on the rules.
First point scores, wins.
Yeah.
So if anyone gets a takedown, a stall call, a penalty, if any point scores, wins in the first minute of overtime. If it goes beyond that, then we wrestle 30-second goes that will play out. So if somebody were to get a takedown, the time will stop, and the match will be over.
Tyler
on a deep shot here. Steps over. Look at that long
he's got
leg.
it. He's got it. He steps back.
He steps back, but Pritz
got his head.
Pritz is still in a good position here. Flexible knees. We got to be swimming for that leg. Pritz has got that hook on the outside whizzer and is coming through. Look at that. Wow.
That's a wrestling move right there, boys and girls. Great match. Great match.
That's a guy that's been in a situation like that before and knew what he was looking for.
That's great.
Didn't panic down there.
Yeah, check
Tyler,
it right here, Sean.
Tyler doing everything he can here, but Pritz is keeping that heavy whizzer on the outside, pulls the off. See, he catches that shoulder. And when he catches the shoulder, he pulls him all the way over to his shoulder. He was feeling for that.
Yeah.
He was feeling for that, catches it and passes it by.
I'll tell you what.
Really a high-level move for a second-year kid.
The match of the night so far.
So far, that's the best night we've seen.
Absolutely. All right, Sean. We got a match here. 190 pound.
190 pounds.
Max Baca taking up a kiddo you know a little bit about.
Yeah, Wesley Silvas. I think he's been chomping at the bit to get back into competition.
Yeah.
Hadn't really competed since freestyle.
Yeah. Been battling some injuries.
Seems like that was his whole sophomore year.
Yeah.
But Bennett, remained healthy last year, just banged up like he
100% now? I know he had a little thing going on a month or so ago.
Yeah, been wrestling good. Just, you know, when you get up and work out 4 or 5 days a week at 4:30 to 6 and you go back into lift, you go back into practice.
Yeah.
We've had to pull him back a little bit. Say, hey, bud, get off. You're chewing on too many bones. You're swallowing them whole at this point. So
what do we got on Baca? You got any details on Baca?
Baca's a football player, good athlete. He's a I don't know what grade he is.
Yeah.
I don't know what grade he is. I'm trying to look at my notes. Coach Surratt is one of my buddies from college. I went up there and interviewed him to try to get what details I could on these kids.
Said he's a freshman.
Okay, freshman. Okay, I did write that down right. This is a big freshman.
Yeah, big freshman.
Wesley is as good as any kid in the state. We've seen him beat several state placers during the freestyle season, 6A kids. The whole bit, the only kids he lost to in freestyle were, kids moving on to Division I schools, that kind of thing. But has also been beaten by average kids.
Yeah.
So inconsistency some. But I will say this right here is his signature. Underhook to high crotch, big lift is what he does. And when Wesley is wrestling like this,
those legs in,
when there's motion, I've seen him, I get to wrestle with him every day, but I've seen him compete against some very high-level guys and be just fine.
Yeah.
So, this year, consistency is what we've talked a lot about. Just be the same guy every day. You don't get too riled up. Keep it easy. So hopefully we'll do that.
What do you think Wesley's trying to work here?
Yeah, he's just running legs here. Eventually he's going to get to that half.
Yep.
Underhooks to halves is what he's going to do. These bar arms to half, he's going to walk the elbow. He'll catch the elbow high on that half and look for the fall. That's just what we do here.
Here we go.
This right here is Silvas Wrestling 101.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
Nicely done.
Nicely done. Wesley Silvas with the fall. I'll tell you what. I remember him as a little cute kid. He's not so little. He's still cute. But let me tell you, I'm just looking at it. Did you have trunks on you like that in high school? I don't remember those trunks.
I tell everyone that I was. That's a move of the night right there.
That's awesome.
No, I tell everyone I had a tall, lean build like that.
Yeah.
When I was his age, I was just about 40 pounds smaller.
Yeah. No, I remember you at that age. I lived in Augusta, Kansas. I watched you wrestle as a senior. Great wrestler, but you didn't look like that, Sean. You didn't look like that.
I didn't look like that, Phil. I want to believe that I did, but I didn't. I didn't look like that in college.
Oh, that's funny.
No, Wesley, like I say, I couldn't be more proud. He's a kid that, with the injuries he had as a sophomore, his doctor said he'd never wrestle again.
Yep.
So last year we got to see him compete. It was awesome. And
qualified for state.
Yeah,
we really thought he'd end up on podium.
We thought he'd win it.
Yeah, I know.
Didn't wrestle the tournament he wanted.
Yeah.
And again, high-level experience you only get when you experience the high level.
Yeah.
And he just hadn't been there. And hats off to Baca. He got him a kid that's as good as anyone that he's going to see this year, and a big, strong kid as a freshman. Did you see that kid?
Oh no, there's no doubt.
We got
another Pritz here. Am I pronouncing that right? Pritz?
Now,
I believe I am.
Phil, I don't know if you heard the walkout song. But it started with static.
Did it really?
It started with static.
Yes.
Because Eli Maroney
listens to static. We found this out in the football season. Scared me to death. He still scares me a little bit.
Yeah.
Eli's picked up 3 or 4 offers to go continue playing football at the next level.
Why would he not? 31 sacks on a season.
Yeah, he's a stud. He's a stud.
I mean,
you want to talk about trunks. Look at Eli Maroney here. These are 2 put-together kids out there getting ready to match up.
Last year, him and Wesley were workout partners. Wesley was weighing around 195 pounds or so, and Eli Maroney was weighing around 195 pounds. So Eli goes up to 215 and was giving up a bunch of weight. Strong. I mean, he was so strong anyway that he could handle it well. Yeah. But this year he weighs 215.
Now I will tell you this.
And he qualified for state last year.
That's right.
We're expecting big things out of him as well.
Eli's got one speed.
That's it.
I mean, in everything he does. Sweetest kid off the mat you'll ever meet. He reminds me of Wesley. Just really sweet. Just a wonderful kid. He gets on the football field. He gets on a wrestling mat. A little switch clicks.
Yes.
Different kid.
Yeah, now Julio Vera, he's a sophomore. This kid is a giant sophomore.
Sam?
No, Sam, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Senior. Yeah. I'm sorry. I was talking about the heavyweight.
Yeah.
I can't read, Phil. I'm
old. You're okay.
Look at this.
Yeah.
So we've got senior versus senior.
Well, there's a whole lot of strength going on right there. Eli's got himself in a predicament.
Eli needs to get off the mat.
Yeah, got himself off the mat.
Pritz. They got in that sort of that Greco-Roman throwing position there. Pritz looked like he had a plan, and Eli did not.
Yes.
There was you know what I'm saying? Eli's probably not been in that spot too often.
Now, remember, Pritz, another one of these football guys that's doing something at the scoreboard table.
Yeah, returning starter. Took 6th at regionals last year, so he nearly qualified.
Yeah. Eli, as I was going to say, Sean, just recently in the room.
Yep.
Been on the gridiron for the last several months.
Yeah. He did. Sam did place 5th place last week at the tournament up in Gardner-Edgington.
Okay.
So kid knows how to wrestle.
Yep.
I mean, shoot, everybody on this Mustang team knows how to wrestle. I've been very impressed with Coach Delk and, top to bottom. The junior high, if you notice, was working the same thing the high school was working. These kids they've got a good thing going on there in Mustang. Pritzier's got both arms tied up.
Yeah. Pritz kids already off to a good start on the mat this year. 4-1 on the year. 5th at the Gardner-Edgerton tournament.
So he went, Sways has given us some good information here. So took 5th at Gardner-Edgerton, which means he won the bracket from the pool that he was in. And he had a loss to Gunnar Wilson, who might possibly be one of the best 215-pounders in the state, period. So got basically a bad draw in the pool, and that's what put him on that's what put him in the other bracket.
Yeah.
So quite possibly could have placed a lot higher.
Absolutely, yeah. Boy, he's found himself up quick, 9-0.
Absolutely. And hats off to him. Eli Maroney qualified for state last year.
Oh, yeah.
I believe he won a match.
Good shot of Coach Davenport there. Coach Howard in the background as well.
There's a cradle. There's a good idea by Eli.
Yeah.
Right idea. He's too high, though. He's riding up here too high. Not where you want to be. He's not going to be able to keep that. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like that Gardner-Edgington tournament he wrestled Oklahoma kid, a Texas kid, a Kansas kid, and an Iowa kid.
Yeah, he had a diverse weekend.
A very diverse weekend. I think what Sways is trying to tell us is this kid's good.
He's really good.
He's really good. Yeah.
He pinned the Southeast Polk Iowa kid. Beat Tyrus Young from Salina Central 5-2. What's Sways doing every duel? He can be our information guy.
No, if he comes here, he'll take my job, Phil. He's good at what he does.
From afar.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
he can shoot us information.
I would happily take that.
I'd pay for that. I bet that'll get Sways' attention. I said I'd pay for that.
I know Swabe will come running for the money. Eli showing off that strength.
These are two really strong kids.
Yeah. You know, Eli not in really a position to do much, and he makes something out of it just from just sheer hoss.
Yeah.
God, he does have big legs, don't he, Phil?
Just trunks. I've always said this kid, as long as he is, he's got that long wingspan, those big old trunks. He gets to college football, they're going to put about 30 pounds, 35 pounds on that kid. He's going to be a load. Yeah, that's a wrap. Eli giving up the fall tonight. Just 3 weeks or so into the season. We're going to take a quick timeout, sponsored by F&M Bank. We'll be back in just a moment. GNP TV.
We collectively have lost over 90 pounds now, or just feeling better than ever. There's a complete acceptance. There's zero judgment. Everybody's truly loved here. It's just such a great environment.
Countless people in the community that have been coming to Stride as clients are seeing real changes in their lives for the better. You should come down, say hi, get to know the people at Stride Wellness Lounge. They've got something here that's going to make your life better.
At Terry Insure Group, you'll be helped by lifelong Blue Jay fans. Seth Robbins, Jason Herzl, and Dennis Oaks aren't limited to any single provider. We'll work with you to find the carrier and the plan that fits you best. Terry Insure Group is an independent insurance agency specializing in home, auto, and commercial lines of insurance. Call Terry Insure Group at 405-293-4880 or stop by at 622 South Division or visit them online at tigok.com. Terry Insure Group, insuring your world.
It's 3 periods.
We're back. Welcome back to Guthrie Bluejay Wrestling. Guthrie Bluejays facing the Mustang Broncos tonight. Mustangs having their way with the Blue Jays right now, up 38-10 in the duel. But we've had some great matches for the Blue Jays. Got a fall from Wesley Silvis. Really manhandled his kid for the fall. I think probably had the move of the night. And boy, we had a great match. Tyler Gettings and Nate Pritz Tyler came up short, but I think that has been the match of the evening.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely the most exciting match, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, you forget that the match early on with Caden Herron.
Yeah,
big
very good
upset.
match.
Van Smith, I mean.
Van Smith's a kid. We'll see him at the big house this year.
Yeah, I mean.
We'll see him there.
I have a feeling there's more medals in his future.
Yeah, and I'm watching him over on the bench. Look at him. That's a wrestler.
Yeah,
confident, cocky.
He likes Eminem.
Enjoying the evening. Got that cool haircut.
Yeah.
I bet, he's 100 and what do you wrestle? He's 13 pounder. He thinks he's about 313.
I bet he'd fight any man in this room. I'm looking at his demeanor. I think he would fight anyone in here.
Very confident young man. Yeah, no doubt. I love it. Got the big boys coming up, John.
Yes. So the word on the street, they're both new.
Okay.
They're both new. Our cat, Tyler Powell, came in the room after football this year. Just wanted to try out wrestling. We had a bunch of guys coming in, and Tyler was one of them. Won 2 ranking matches to get this spot.
There you go.
Julio Vera, he's a sophomore from Mustang.
Yep.
Word on the street, new kid as well.
Yeah.
So this both first-year kids, and so hopefully I'm hoping that they'll be able to compete. Again, especially with young wrestlers, new wrestlers, if they can go an entire match.
Yes.
If they can find someone that's at the level they are and they can compete a whole match, they can learn so much more than they can if they happen to get a first period pin or happen to get pinned in the first period. Whichever way, when there's no parity, it's hard to get better. But if they can wrestle complete matches, they can go. There's so much they can learn in those positions. And so I love to see that. If there's parity, that's what I want to see.
Yeah, it's big boys in on the legs in there.
Yeah.
That half sunk in.
Yep. So Julio Vera now got that half. This is going to be tough to get out of. As a heavyweight in a deep half like this, Tyler Powell's in a tough spot. Reverse headlock, good transition.
Yeah. There it is.
Yeah. Hats off to Tyler Powell. Had some good moments.
Absolutely.
Definitely good moments. I was hoping this match would go longer, but I mean, if Julio Vera can get a position like that, you got to take it.
Yep. Final score of the duel tonight. Mustang 44, your Blue Jays 18. You know, Sean, we saw some really good things from the Blue Jay wrestlers tonight. Junior high, high school. Talk a little bit about some of these kids, these young kids. A lot of kids haven't been in the room that long. A lot of football players coming back. A lot of kids coming in. We're going to take a quick time out here. Sponsored by F&M Bank. We'll be back just a second. Wrap up tonight's duel. Back to GMP TV.
At South Point Baptist Church, we want you to cheer loud and be proud as we send the Blue Jays to victory. Afterwards, join us each Sunday in our friendly family atmosphere. South Point invites you, your family, and friends to join us each week with Sunday school beginning at 10 a.m. and our morning service at 11 a.m. South Point wishes all students this season to make fun and exciting memories not only on the playing field, but in the classroom as well. And as always, go Blue Jays.
When garage door problems occur, don't call a kind of service company or maybe a repair guy. Call Paul Creed at A-Team Overhead Door. Paul owns and operates his company and has over 15 years of experience in residential and commercial overhead door service. Paul provides all garage door services from repairs to installations. With free estimates, Paul will work with you to decide the best possible solution for your garage door or opener problems. Call A-Team Overhead Door today, 405-642-7065.
Welcome back. Welcome back. We're going to wrapping up tonight's duel. We got a couple of post-duel interviews we're going to do. We're going to do Wrestler of the Night. We're going to go Wrestler of the Evening. That Wrestler of the Night tonight is Wesley Silvis, the senior, returning state qualifier from last year. Off to a great start. We're going to get Wesley here in just a few minutes. Looks like we got Wesley working his way over right now. We are going to go over to Sean, who's going to be interviewing Wrestler of the Night, Wesley Silvis.
I'll talk to you. All right, guys, I am live here with Wesley Silvis, a Wrestler of the Night. It's a new thing we're doing here on the wrestling broadcast, much like we did for football. Wesley, not the night we wanted as a team, but you know, move of the night. Match of the night, you came out. Team wasn't getting what we wanted, but you needed something big to kind of pep this crowd up. Just walk us through that match and walk us through that signature, underhook to a high crotch.
Well, I had to kind of forfeit my own style to what I had to do with my knee surgery. So that was a move we came up with over the summer. And turns out it turns to work pretty well. So we kept it up, and Coach came in the room, and he was telling me, he goes, dude, we need a takedown, boots, and a power half. We wrote out the plan, came out here, accomplished what's accomplished. That's all I got to say.
All right, so first duel of the season. Obviously, you got to get the jitters out. Right. You got a big tournament coming up tomorrow. You're going to a national tournament in Enid. What's the plan there? Is it more the same? Is it, I know you got to get your weight on and all that, but what are you looking forward to this weekend?
Same thing, no different. Everybody in the bracket can get it. He got it. Everyone else too. So same, no different. Same plan tomorrow night. Same plan the night after that. Same plan next week. Same plan to state finals. All the way.
A lot of focus. Just one last question. Moving on. For as far as the team captain, team leader. Tonight didn't go the way the team had hoped. I know guys are disappointed. Tough team. Mustang was a tough team tonight. As the leader on this team, you got to go back in the locker room. What do you tell the guys to try to motivate them to get up to that level where we can see a little more success, next week when we go Duel Tuesday?
I don't really have to tell them anything. I know the guys didn't perform as well as they might have wanted to tonight, but they know they put the pressure on themselves in practice, come out here and perform. And we might not be good earlier on, but no one touches us later in the rounds. We call them hell rounds. No one touches us then either. So that's all I got to say.
All right, well, Wesley, congratulations. Great job tonight. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Sean. Wrestler of the Night, Wesley Silvis, brought to you by North Church of Guthrie. Appreciate that great sponsorship. We're going to take one more final break. We'll be back with the interview with head wrestling coach Davenport.
F&M Bank loves giving back to the communities we live and serve in. Banking with us ensures your money goes back into your community. Our goal is to provide you with reliable banking you can trust, delivered with unique passion for service. F&M Bank has all the modern banking services: mobile banking, lending, reward checking, electronic checking, and more. We invite you to come see us at any of our 8 locations. Come see what relationship banking is all about. F&M Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paper boy, evening TV. You miss your old familiar friends, but waiting just around the bend. You're lost out there and you're all alone. A light is waiting to carry you home. Everywhere you look.
Welcome back. GNP TV wrestling tonight. Duel between the Mustang Broncos and the Guthrie Bluejays. Mustang comes out on top tonight. We're going to go to Sean Silvis interviewing Coach Davenport. Sean, over to you.
All right, guys, I'm here with head coach Jaden Davenport. Jaden, you know, Mustang's tough 6A team. Well coached. Coach Doug does a nice job down there. Big program. I know we were hoping going into it the Duel would be a little closer, a few upsets. But overall, what's your thoughts on the Duel tonight and how the guys performed?
Man, we battled our butt off. There's a few kids that impressed me. You know, we lost a few matches that, you know, we kind of gave it away to them. You know, we have to get it done at 13. We had to pull that away at 75. There's just a few off the top of my head. You know, we're without our 6-pounder right now. A few kids can't be down the weight, and some kids are, you know, cutting weight quite hard right now, preparing for our national tournament tomorrow. And you can tell that some of that kind of got to them later in the matches. But that tends to happen. Everyone's bound that same boat, and you know the outcome's the outcome. We just got to live with it, and we just got to keep moving forward.
Yeah, so you know you've got, I think one of the more impressive things is it's such a young team. There's a lot of freshmen, you know, in that lineup. There was a long run of freshman kids, and you know, even though we're not winning those matches, you got to be impressed with how they're performing. You know, I saw a lot of good things out of them. Just talk about those younger kids and what their future is going to hold.
Oh man, those freshman kids. I mean, they're going to be a core of our team. You know, I think if I just remember correctly, about half of them pulled it out. So. They wrestle tough, and I mean the future is bright with them. I mean when they're upperclassmen, juniors and seniors, I mean we're going to be making a really deep run just with those guys alone.
Take it out of this, going to break.
Just counting them freshmen. So you add a few more tools to the team, so it'll be really good in the future. But right now, I mean those guys, they can easily go make the podium. You know, they've made so many leaps just in the short few months that we've had them. So I can't imagine with just the schedule that we have. You know, it's one of the toughest schedules in the state. We duel 2 number-1 teams, and we go to all these tough tournaments in the state. So with that being said, if they keep at this progression, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't make the podium at the end of the year.
Yeah, that's great. So talking about tough schedules, obviously tomorrow, starting off the first tournament of the year is a national tournament. There's going to be kids from all over the place coming up to Enid. Big event, big tournament, 2-day tournament. Just talk to us about the importance of those guys getting out, getting to compete, and what that means for those guys that are going to get medals there placed. Just that competition aspect, especially for those young guys. Just talk us through that tournament and what that's going to do for our team.
You know, Mid-America is one of the toughest tournaments in Oklahoma. It's easily top 3. We got to wrestle this competition and face adversity early so we don't have to face it later on in the season when it comes to regionals and state. Right now, those kids, they go to this tournament and they place and they make a deep run. They make a name for themselves. I mean, I think you remember last year, that's where Wesley made a name for himself at this tournament. You know, people's coming in blind, and you go to this national tournament and you compete and you win these tough matches and you go make the podium. You know, so some of these kids, this tournament is going to be harder than state. So they go and place at this tournament. They can easily make the podium when it comes to state. So it's a good tool for us to measure on when it comes to later on in the season. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be competitive, but that's what we need to be facing early on so we can face that adversity.
Well, Coach, it was a night not like what we wanted as far as outcome goes, but the guys wrestled hard. A lot of good things are going to come out of that. So just congratulations on another night. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you. Go Blue Jays.
That's head coach Jaden Davenport talking about the evening match, talking about the upcoming tournament. We're going to take one last final break. Get some of our great sponsors in here. This break sponsored by F&M Bank. We'll be back in a moment. GMP TV.
For centuries, it was a windswept prairie until the run of '89 saw settlers scramble for land and life in a newborn town as Oklahoma's territorial capital, Guthrie. Bank First is loyal to the preservation movement that reclaimed Oklahoma's first state capital. And we're loyal to the banking legacy born at the corner of First and Oklahoma streets. Bank First. Loyal to Oklahoma. Loyal to you.
At Generations Church, we exist to love God, love people, and serve both well. We're a multi-generational, multicultural church that believes in being a light to our city and our region. At Generations, we don't believe that church can be put in a box. We're a church that accepts all people from all walks of life, young, old, rich, and poor, and you will feel welcome at Generations. Join us at 10 a.m. every Sunday at 2524 West Noble in Guthrie, America. You can also join us at generationsguthrie.online.church.
Welcome back. Guthrie High School wrestling duel tonight between the Mustang Broncos and the Guthrie Bluejays. Mustang comes out on top tonight. Sean, duel didn't turn out the way we wanted it tonight, but we saw a lot of good things from our kids.
For sure.
Coach Davenport kind of summarized it there. You got a great, really tough tournament coming up. Talk us about that a little bit before we sign off.
Yeah, it's difficult. The duels are always hard to just sit here and, sometimes you take it, especially, when you write it out on paper, you think it's going to go one way.
Yeah.
You lose a couple matches you didn't think you're going to. Now it's completely different. The score runs up on you, all that. Mustangs,
incredible.
They looked really good tonight. I'm
did.
very impressed with Mustangs. So not to take anything away from them, but I know that this is not where Coach wants his team to be.
Right.
But it's not from lack of effort. Everyone's working hard, and those younger kids are going to get better. I know he was talking about this tournament not in Edmond, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you got
in Enid.
Yeah.
That they're going to be wrestling at this weekend, Mid-Americas. It's a showcase. It's a showcase, and so we've got. We were talking about Dax Lopez and Luke Lyons. I really see that tournament be something that they can break away in as well. At a duel, they both came up, picked up 2 solid wins. They're going to go wrestle this tournament, and these younger guys, these freshman kid, they're going to get to wrestle, and that's the cool thing about this tournament. They're not going to go 2 and out. They're going to go 2 and out the first day, and then they're going to get put in a pool, and they're going to continue to wrestle. So they're going to get to see competition all weekend on a big stage. They're going to be put in pools against kids that are at their level, and then they're going to get to wrestle and learn. Like we were talking about, right before that heavyweight match, I was hoping that those guys would get 3 periods so they could both get better. Well, Mid-Americas works that way.
Yeah.
Those younger kids are going to get more mat time and a lot of matches, and that's what Coach is trying to do. He's trying to prepare them for the state tournament, because at the end of the day, that's what matters, the state tournament. So, he's trying to make this a tough schedule. He's trying to dual teams like Mustang, and things like that, to give these kids an opportunity to see what the best looks like so that we can be working towards the best, so that when we get to state, well, we've already seen that.
Yeah.
We already know what that's like. It's not overwhelming. It's just another day wrestling for Guthrie.
Yeah.
So,
well, Sean, we're going to put a bow on this. That's it for tonight. I want to thank everybody for joining us this evening one last time. I want to thank our great sponsors, Bank First, F&M Bank, Generations Church, North Church, John Vance Auto Group, Terra Insure Group, Aspen Roofing, Strive Wellness, South Point Baptist Church, and A-Team Overhead Doors. Couldn't do any of this without them. We appreciate you very, very much. We'll look forward to seeing you again at the next Blue Jay Duel. They'll be right here on GNP TV. And as my good friend Chris Evans always says,
go Blue Jays.
Go Blue Jays.